Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
When it comes to replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors, because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Michael Blackson, June 6th and 7th.
You like a healthy crackhead. He look like a Rick Ross starter kid.
Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage, NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Say goodbye to dealing with dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. And right now, GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are two ways for you to get in. 250 chances to win when you mail in your entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
You're great at protecting your personal information. You might even use things like two-factor authentication and strong passwords. But as much as you try to control how your info's protected, there are other places that also have it, and they may not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reesewindows.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Elon Musk versus Trump to a new TV show rips off Ted Lasso, and a weatherman says he can no longer predict hurricanes. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Oh, good.
Good. How are you?
Good, yeah, good. Thank you for asking. Here we are, right in the smack dab in the middle of the week. We got lots of stuff to get to today. So what say we just get started, huh?
What say?
Here goes nothing. The boomers are toast. I'm just going to say this today. You know, like, this is a surprise to nobody on this show, but the boomers are toast. AI is going to do them in. It's over with. It's over. For our opening clip, we go to a department store of some type. I don't know. Let's call it a Target. It might be a Target. It looks a little red. And inside this grocery store, you have yet another Zoomer going after a boomer with a prank. This time, instead of pretending that he's like taking money from his phone with a little like video and a sound and, oh, I just got $20. Thank you. And the boomer freaking out. Now they're going up to boomers and pranking them by showing videos of these very same people in the Target doing something inappropriate. So, for instance, if this was me, I would have videotaped Sabrina and then I'd put it in AI and I'd go, hey, make it so she's doing this inappropriate thing. And they go, hey, is this you? And they show the person like taking off their shirt in the Target and they're like, that ain't me. It's just, I'll show you.
No matter what. It sounds hilarious.
A heart attack on camera and still post it.
Listen to this man just losing it. The doomers are doomed. The Zoomers are doing you in.
Get the out of my face, you little
I knew it was you at first sight, brother. I knew it was you at first sight. Look at this. Is this you?
Yeah, why?
All right, so it's him. It's the guy. It's the guy that he's talking to. He snuck a video of him in the store, and then he had AI have him rip his shirt open in this like sexy way. And the guy's like, at first he goes, well, yeah, of course that's me. That's me in the store.
Yeah, so?
I wonder how long it took to generate the video.
I don't know, but the video that the boomer's watching is like, well, hang on, that ain't me. I didn't rip my shirt open.
Look at this. Is this you?
Yeah, why? No, it ain't me. No, it ain't.
It ain't me.
Sure?
I'm positive. I wouldn't do that.
Because we caught it on the cameras.
No! Now we got the second person coming into frame. And now they're pretending like this guy is internet famous for being a creeper at the Target store that he's at right now. So the second friend hits his knees and he's like, no, it's him! Here he is!
Who the f*** are you guys?
Oh my God. I knew it. I knew it. Yes, you are. Wait, what is he showing you?
This is from TikTok, right?
That's not me.
No, yes, it is, dude.
Get the f*** out of here.
Dude, it's you. It's you. I knew it was.
Me. Get the f*** out of here.
Can we just get a picture?
No.
Can we get a picture?
No, get the f*** out of here.
You're famous.
You're famous, dude.
Dude, you're an ass. Get the f*** out of here.
All right, obviously he's not very thrilled. This gentleman
This
in
is
the middle
what
of
we
the
need.
Target.
You know how parents have to sit their kids down and these days and talk to them about internet safety and what you exchange with your friends or with a stranger on the internet. Like, we now have to sit down with
Boomer talk.
Boomers and be like, not everything a 17-year-old comes up to you with at the store is real. How to handle it.
Should we start like a little boomer university where we go, step one, how not to get made a fool of in public. Here you go.
I know you don't know this, Sean, because you don't watch television that includes commercials. But there's a very good ad campaign. I don't know if I can say this because I don't remember I think it's an insurance company or something. I don't remember the exact company. But there's an ongoing ad campaign where a guy is teaching like young adults not to become their parents and not to do like one of them was a guy at the gas station just making small talk. He's like, stop. You don't have to talk about the weather with everybody. You know, you don't have to talk about, the different kinds of mulch with your neighbors. You know, they need the opposite, like teaching the real boomers. You know what to look out for on the internet.
Street knowledge. All right, this will help these folks out. This guy is melting down, and these kids are just having fun with him. And he's like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" They're weird. The boomers are turning weird, and the AI and all this internet stuff is not helping them. I'll give you an example. Courtney just sent to me like literally moments ago. Hang on, let me bring this up. Hang on. I'm gonna do a little bit of zooming here. All right, hang on.
You're gonna be the zoomer?
Yeah. Wait, hang tight. Don't go on my laptop.
I'm not going on your laptop.
All right.
I'm on your laptop.
All right, here we go. This woman, we'll call her Sylvie, and she posted to the internet. Like, this is just what boomers are doing. Somebody has to stop these people. And this person said, I know everybody has tried, but just a reminder. And they're trying to like stop coyotes and keep away coyotes. This person says, I have even poured human urine around my perimeter.
I saw this last night.
Please no comments. Please no comments, this person says. And they could jump an 8-foot fence. So this is a boomer on next door trying to say like, hey, here's how to keep the coyotes away so they don't eat your pets and stuff. And they're like, I have even poured human urine around my perimeter. Please no comments. I don't want to hear it, okay? Don't tell me
they could jump
it.
an 8-foot fence.
And by the way, right over the fence.
Man, I was on Nextdoor the other day, and one of the hot topics right now with like the Nextdoor type, and that's maybe the nicest way I could put it.
Yeah.
With the Nextdoor type of people is, and we haven't really talked.
Wait. Let's just get to it for people who don't necessarily know. Like the Nextdoor type is, are you saying boomer? Are you saying old?
It tends to skew a little boomery.
All right.
You know, a little not naive, but
there's someone with a hooded jacket on.
There's
very many of that.
Perpetually scared is one thing that you could put on the adjectives thing. Perpetually scared of whatever. Some little black kid ringing the doorbell or a coyote or whatever. Right?
This files into the perpetually scared bucket because one of the hot topics around some of these like community pages, and we haven't really talked about it a lot, but right now Waymo is doing test drives around Central Florida.
Yes, right.
So
automated driving.
That doesn't mean there's driverless cars everywhere. It just means that people are driving Waymo vehicles around and they're just gathering data. They're just testing everything out to see how people drive here. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, there's gonna be accidents everywhere." They're just, and then on one of the threads. And my gosh, like, kudos to this woman for being able to screenshot her phone and post it to Nextdoor. They must have had instructions on this in real big font because she posted a screenshot of her, and it's a Google search result with the AI answer at the top. And you could tell it's just barely grayed out. She Googled, can self-driving cars be used as weapons of mass destruction?
They're scared. I'm telling you, they're very scared. They don't know what's real. They don't know if these young Zoomers coming up to them in the stores are messing with them.
I understand the shock of it all and his immediate reaction, but it would have taken him just a breath to be like, wait, the shirt that I have on is not ripped.
Yeah.
Therefore,
true. He could have been like,
this is a fake video.
Hang on. In that video, I Superman ripped my shirt open to reveal my nipples
very easily.
People in the store. And now, magically, that has repaired itself. Yeah, but the boomers don't think about that stuff. So today is what I'd like to call a boomer outreach day. We're going to reach out to you.
We're here for you.
We're here for you. If you have any questions, any boomers that are listening to the show right now, right to the front of the line with your questions.
And
okay,
you can remain anonymous. I think boomers have this idea that maybe there's a lot of shame attached to not knowing how the world works.
Will we agree that we will not judge? We will not judge.
We will listen. We will not judge.
And we will bring you the information that you want. So here's what we'll do, because I know dispatching is going to be out of the question with boomers. It's like too many hoops and stuff.
You guys want boomer dispatches? This is how it happens.
send a self-addressed envelope to it's to email us. Email us at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com and put boomer question. And we will not judge you. We will not tell people who you are, but we'll guide you through this world. Like, hey, somebody did this. I saw this. Should I post this? What happens if,
what
we
you see on the internet that you don't understand?
We got you. We will explain it to you. Hey,
why
is
does
this
my
story
son
true?
laugh every time I mention my Dutch oven?
All of these things. We will help you out today. It's Boomer Outreach Wednesday here on the show. Okay, so come to us, Boomers. Send those emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. AI is just rocking their worlds. And I'm rocking mine, too, each day. And now, this morning, I started work on a project. I was like, look at me. Look at me, number one, probably putting a potential person out of business on the show.
What project did you start? Wait, on the show?
No, not one of us, but like just the idea that there could be somebody else. I would love if we had on this show, I shouldn't even say this on the air because then iHeart will be like, well, look what we don't have to spend money on. I would love if we had an executive producer to like do behind the scenes stuff, like line up interviews, do some like story hunting and these kind of things. And so on Mega Drive, the new server that I put into the studio, I'm building an AI agent, right? Little Weiler Tyler TNJ AI agent. And each morning at 6 a.m., it scurries to all of these places and it locates all the best stories, ranks them, says why we should be talking about them on the show.
You should have shut up minutes ago.
And
we're all going to lose our jobs.
Then it finds the key people in the show that we should talk to, finds the most credible contact email for them, and drafts an email to try to reach out to those people. And it like does all this other stuff. Executive producer extraordinaire, Robo Junkie.
Yay.
I mean, just unbelievable. Some of the stuff you could do. And boomers just won't be able to deal with this. They just won't be able to deal with this. Jason on YouTube says, stop lying, Wasson. You judge everybody. I am promising that we will, as a collective on the show, with your boomer emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com today, we will only give you advice. We're not going to make fun of you. Don't do that look. Why are you guys doing those looks? Don't cross your fingers. We are going to, without judgment, provide the information that you boomers need to tackle the world in a Zoomer time.
I am going to, without information, provide judgment.
I will provide information, and then as soon as we're done, we'll slam all the judgment in.
We will not be giving out their name or anything like that.
It's anonymous.
We'll be good about it. Jason says Wasson hurts fat people's feelings too, shaking my head and calls them fatties. Look, I'm not coming after the boomers like this. We are providing a public service today, and I think it will be a useful thing to do. So help us out on this journey. Come along with us. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The fight that we all kind of knew was coming eventually seems to be unfolding very fast. Elon Musk versus Donald Trump. The fight is finally brewing. I don't know if it started before Elon's whole press conference with the black eye in the White House when he said goodbye, and it was kind of awkward and weird, or if this is like the moment after. But now it seems like Elon is finally lashing out. And I knew this was going to happen. Like, this was never going to stay perfect forever. You have two titans, Elon Musk, Donald Trump. They're big figures with huge audiences. No way can they be friends forever. It just doesn't work that way. But now Elon Musk is coming out swinging. He's taking some shots. You see a lot of stories today.
Muskers like that? Like
Muskers.
I'm working on it. Elonians? But are they, does he have, I mean, he has a wide reach when it comes to what he's saying and doing.
Yeah.
But does he have a fan base or loyal followers?
I think so. I think he maybe didn't have that as much in the political world before a year ago.
They just weren't political followers. Tesla and Elon Musk has SpaceX. They all have their share of followers. And I think a lot of the people that were hardcore Tesla fans kind of took a step back once Elon started aligning with President Trump and doing all the Doge stuff. And now you have like these people in this awkward position where they drive the Tesla around. Some people don't care. Some people don't, some people go, don't live in this world where their car defines them, especially politically. And then
we had a month there where it was pretty zany, where everybody was keying cars and going.
I'm just saying the people owning the cars,
yeah.
And some people are putting like the stickers on. They're like, not an Elon person, more just like the technology.
Yeah, they're like, guys, I'm just trying to do the climate change thing here, okay? I'm trying to save it. For a while, it became dicey. But Elon is now raging about the big, beautiful bill and a bunch of other things. I got to tell you, I think he's got a point. I think Elon is right about this. I think the Musketeers are right about this.
Musketeers was the home run.
Yeah,
Elon Musk goes, hey, what's going on? I thought you wanted to cut spending and slash spending and make government smaller, make the federal government a smaller entity and cut and slash all this wasteful spending. And then all of a sudden, as I'm doing this and I'm heading out the door, before you even get Congress, which you have control over, to actually put into writing the changes that Doge has done, so they become real and it becomes actual savings. That hasn't even been done yet. And before all of that's done, they're pushing through this bill that Elon Musk and the Musketeers think is wasteful spending.
So the trees haven't even been cut down yet. Elon just went and spray painted all the ones that he thinks needs to go.
Great example. Yes, that would be exactly where we're at. It's like all of these go down and all Congress has to do is say yes, and then the trees go down. But it hasn't actually been brought to fruition just yet. And I see these stories all over today. Elon keeps on dissing Trump in a flurry of new posts. Musk calls Trump's spending bill a disgusting abomination. Elon Musk absolutely explodes on Trump's disgusting abomination of a spending bill, and on it goes. And so we're going to get into a little bit about what's happening with this fight. And who, if anybody, you're siding with or who you think might be actually right here. I'll see what you think. We got a bunch of emails rolling in right now. And when we come back, I also want to talk about this. There's a young woman, an athlete out there in the athletic world. Something I'm not quite familiar with, but you guys may have heard of this thing called track and field. All right?
Yeah.
Track and field.
I was made well aware of it when somebody got stabbed there earlier this year.
That thing. Yeah, this is not a stabbing story. This was just somebody out there kicking ass, taking names, and maybe winning a little too much. You win a little too much and a little too hard and celebrate a little too hard, sometimes people will come for you. And I want to rise this story up and see if we think that this person was in the right. We'll talk about that in the sports world. We'll talk about Elon Musk versus Trump. We'll talk about everything happening today. There's a lot to go to, and all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange.
Go, Mike. Good news for you, folks. Good news in a second, chat. Brandon on Facebook. Hello, Brandon on Facebook. Hello, by the way. Oh, hey. Cameraman. What's going on with my mini cameraman? You following me now? Cameraman. You son of a bitch. You want to get fired? I'll fire you. Maybe? Oh, you son of a bitch. You are so fired. formation? We good? You gotta be kidding me. Skull cam on strike. The insolence is palpable. Why is it locked? This is insane. You're fired. Folks, I didn't want to go completely nuts on this, but we're doing it. Hang tight. Yeah, you're back! You're back, baby! Hell yeah! Bad news is we only have 3 minutes. Cameraman's back, ready to go. Better than ever. Big Digit says, Temu junk. Kiss my ass, Big Digits. This thing ain't from Temu. This is a quality product. It's not from Temu. This is a very expensive automated camera. Ted says, call a boomer, they can fix it. Ted, I got it fixed, buddy. Now I'm not telling you the good news. I was going to tell you the good news. Now I'm not telling you the good news. All right? I'll outsource it. Mr. Predicto, should I tell them the good? No, he's going to say yes or no. Is telling them the good news a good idea?
No.
There you go. You heard it here first. You get no news for being jerks. 90 seconds and we're coming back on the show. Everything's good. Everything's right in the world. We'll take your boomer questions, as we said, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody by the name of Jack Bradshaw says, Sean just closed the ring on his daily average exercise. How dare you? Number 1. What gives you the right? Number 2. And number 3, I walk 2 miles every day. 2 miles. 1 minute. 1 minute. Hey, the good news is the first round of the Skull Mike Squad stickers has gone out. All of those of you who have gifted subs to secret shows or signed up and claimed the stickers, they are on the way. The first round of them, the second and third round go out today and tomorrow. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Let's go. Come on. Come on, cameraman. Let's go. All right, folks. Elon versus Trump. The fight is finally on. Best medal is for the man.
Highest military decoration in the United States. Recipients have done the improbable.
This medal is for the man who went down that day.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, you'll hear about these heroes and what their stories tell us about the nature of bravery. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
And we'll tell you what you need to know and then some, because that's kind of the point of this show. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. TheNewsJunkie.com for more information. We got Trump versus Elon, Elon versus Trump, and they're fighting. I love it. My God, some drama finally. Been in a bit of a...
Never felt so betrayed. Such a disgusting man who's being very nasty.
No, Trump has not gone anti-Elon just yet. And really, if I'm being fully honest, Elon isn't really just lowering the boom on Trump, but the beginnings of this. Like, he's saying, like, I don't like this big, beautiful bill. I don't like what's happening here. And I'm a man who likes explosives. Not in the Secret Service type way. Not that way. Not like, I'm going to blow up the White House. Not like those kind of ways. But, like, I like explosive news and interesting things and twists and turns and excitement. And maybe we'll get some with these two titans, these huge figures going at it. And like I said, you got stories that Elon Musk keeps on dissing Trump in flurry of new posts. Does he, though? We'll check. Musk calls Trump's spending bill a disgusting abomination. Elon Musk blasted the big tax and spending cut bill backed by Trump. He said the one big, beautiful bill is a disgusting abomination that will boost the federal deficit. He's right about that, too, friend. The Musketeers are right about this. Yes. A newly coined phrase by Sabrina slowly taking hold. But
you're welcome.
Elon Musk absolutely explodes, Mediaite says, on Trump's disgusting abomination of a spending bill. The point is, the battle is on, and it's happening here. So we will start to chronicle this back and forth of these two very big personalities. And let me know if you think Elon is right or wrong. You can let us know with what we call a dispatch. Send yours to thenewsjunkie.com. Go to the website, see where you can record. Bam! Just like that, you are on the show. Now, we opened up the show today with a very special clip. If you missed it, it was, you can go back on the podcast, but it was a boomer wandering the halls of, I don't know, we think it's maybe a Target or something.
Target or Walgreens. Well, it wouldn't be Walgreens. There was some pottery going on around where he was.
Let's say
crafty looking stuff.
Target-ish, right? And this boomer is wandering the aisles and doing his shopping. And this young kid, a Zoomer, comes up to him with his phone, and he goes, "Is this you?" And the boomer looks down at the phone, and he goes, "Yeah, it's me. It's a video of me." And then in the video, the Zoomer has used AI to have him ripping off his shirt in a sexy way and acting inappropriate in the store. And he's like, "Wait, no, that's not me. That's not me." And he just started melting down because he didn't know what was going on. So he said, we'll take on the boomer questions today. Bring them to us. All right. Let us know what you think and what's going on, how we can help you out. No judgment zone here. We're just here to help out the boomers. So people are indeed reaching out. And here's what we got. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. I'm a boomer. I'm 78 years old, and I live in Mount Dora, so you know it's true. I love hearing your boomer stuff today.
Is that your comment or theirs?
That's theirs. That's theirs. I love hearing your boomer stuff today. My favorite subreddit is boomers being fools. It's hilarious. Keep up the good work, says Gene.
A boomer on Reddit, though.
Yeah, and Gene, by the way,
flag there.
This is Gene's hello kids or hello fellow kids moment here. Where
I'm a cool dad.
I totes know what you guys are talking about with the boomer thing. Yeah, I know boomers are the worst. I get it too. We see what's going on there, Gene, but thank you anyway. Here is Anonymous. Can you please explain cryptocurrency? I'm a boomer. So, all right. Coming at us with the hot ones today. A little bit spicy in terms of degree of difficulty. Cryptocurrency, in a word, scam.
Oh, come on.
In a word. Don't tell the boomers it's anything other than a scam. They are never going to understand what's happening here.
Let's relate.
It's as if
cryptocurrency is like the bonds that you gave us when we were born.
James Bond.
It's cryptocurrency is like video game money.
They don't have video game relations.
If you go play some old Atari game and they give you points in the game, you can accumulate these kind of funds by investing actual money on them. Know this about cryptocurrency and the blockchain and all these different ways to invest. If you are over the age of 65, run far away. Don't do it. Don't get involved. It's too late for you. Cryptocurrency equals bad. Invest in some really great stocks and invest in some mutual funds. Get your money out there in spots that make sense. You don't need to know any more money about it than that. All right? Keep those email questions coming in.
Yeah,
all you
not
have
if
to
you're
do.
going to shut everything down. Maybe they're interested in
Cryptocurrency is based on something called the blockchain. It is where they put out a type of cryptocurrency, and then there's a limited amount of tokens that somebody could get. Those tokens are like a form of currency, like dollars, if you will, and they can either go up or down with the market and the fluctuations that happen within.
And how does this fake money appear in your fake wallet? Well, somebody, whether you or somebody else, can use a very expensive computer to do really complex math problems with a lot of processors. And somehow that means phase 3 profit.
True. Hey, let me try this. This might be even easier, actually. TNJ AI, help me explain simply to boomers how cryptocurrency works. All right? Explain it in the simplest way you can. This will be easier. I'll leave it to the AI. Although we don't need to explain what that is to the boomers. We don't need to get too complicated on one question here. But email the show, okay?
Think of cryptocurrency like digital money you can buy and sell online.
Okay.
It uses secure technology called blockchain, which is like a public ledger that keeps track of transactions. No banks or middlemen involved.
All right. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense for you. It's still kind of weird, and old people should stay away from it, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. All right, we'll get to more of those in just a bit here on the show. An email coming through to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We talked a bit about corporal punishment yesterday, believe it or not. Yes, we did. And this person says, hey, Sean, S-E-A-N. That's not my name. My name is spelled S-H-A-W-N. Thank you very much. But I'll take it anyways. Growing up, my father was a single dad of 3 children who never punished us, grounded us, or hit us in any way. However, he always made sure to sign the corporal punishment form. So I guess like at school when they dropped him off, here's the corporal punishment form, and his dad would sign this off like you can punish him in class. The day finally came that I got paddled in elementary school. The principal messed up on the 3rd swing of the paddle and tried to go for a 4th. I then jumped out of the way, making the principal miss, hit the desk, and drop the paddle. I very quickly grabbed the paddle off the ground and broke it in half over the desk. What is this move? This made the principal infuriated to the point where he called my grandmother and sent me home for the day. My dad got home and asked if I learned anything from getting paddled, to which I replied, yes, I learned my father can't punish his own kids. I'm all for corporal punishment as long as that punishment is followed through in the household. If not, it can make a very strange relationship between parent and child. Moral of this story, punish your kids accurately, but make sure you as the parent are the one doing it. Have a great week. Wiggle, wiggle, papa, P-A-P-A. They said, thank you for that. I agree with you. I think parents should do punishment, not teachers. Physical punishment shouldn't be done by teachers and principals and schools. And they should tell you what your child has done, what you need to know about their behavior in school, and what happened while you were gone, basically. The rest should be up to you, and hopefully you make the right decision. We'll see if you do, friend. Okay, we're going to get to some of your dispatches here momentarily on the show. Send yours in. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Here is, it says no cuss words, which always makes me very, very curious if they're actually doing it. So I'm going to go to the next one. Here's not the FBI talking about punishing your children. Here we go.
Good day, junkies.
Hey.
Just dispatching in regard to corporal punishment and beating your children. As a former police officer, I had to deal with a bunch of DCF cases. According to DCF, you are allowed to spank and beat your children as long as you leave no long-term bruising.
Okay.
No hard weapons. Soft weapons are acceptable. No hard weapons. No, like...
Oh, so you can slap
Or
anybody.
anything like that. But as long as you don't leave no bruising, you are allowed to beat your children.
All right, thank you for that information. I don't know that we should really be getting that out there, but there it is regardless. I would say don't worry about what the cops, what the officials tell you can do. Do what the right thing is. And it's not like going up to the line of like, well, I didn't leave a permanent bruise or like break on you somewhere. You know that it's got to be like, hey, let me just discourage my kid from further doing the bad thing. Let me teach them a little bit with the carrot and the stick kind of situation. Not as far as the law allows, and not as weak as some people would suggest either. The truth is somewhere in the middle, I think. Okay, quick break here. When we come back, we're going to be hearing from you. You join us on the show with your dispatches. We got to get to this girl, this 16-year-old, and she is in the world of sports, which I have heard quite a bit about. I heard that it's kind of popping off. I think it's turning into like a big thing, this sports thing.
It's going places.
She wanted to compete, so she got out there and started competing, and they said, hell no. We don't care if you won, Miss Teenager. Even though you won, we're stripping your state championship away from you because of what she did. What did she do? Let's go on this journey together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's smart, it's stupid, and slightly unhinged. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Hello. Hello. Cameraman. Yeah. I see. You were just giving me a hard time this morning. That's nice of you, cameraman. You guys should see the crew here. He's tiny. He's the littlest guy. It's really something. Hello, chat. Don't forget, you can for a limited time because we are about 60% sold out on the latest merch. Get the shirt, the tank tops, women's and men's tank tops available. There are only a few hundred of them left. You get this beautiful magnet for the summer along with each purchase, but there are a limited amount left. So if you're thinking about doing this, make the move right now. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and buy it while you can. Hit merch on the website, okay? That'll get it done for you. Wasson, have you looked into the Plantier, how do you say that? Plantier AI database. I've seen some stories about it this week, but no. Hello? Where are you going?
Rain.
Are you sure that you're not going to get stuck in the rain?
No.
You're not sure?
No.
Oh. Did you put a perimeter of urine around our house to protect us from the coyote?
Were they just peeing in buckets?
I guess so. You never peed in a bucket?
Maybe when I was camping or something.
You pee in a bucket and then you put it in like a little cylinder and then you put it around the edge of your house.
What if every time her husband had to pee, she's like, all right, go do another couple of feet.
It seems like the thing where you get stung by a jellyfish to me. Like,
yeah, but it's the whole perimeter of the house.
And it smells like a piss house walking by. It's gross.
It's disgusting. Okay. Just pray for me, please.
Okay.
No rain.
What God should I pray to?
Mother Nature.
Dear Mother Nature, make things nice for Courtney on her run.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye. Florida Scratcher says, Sean, it has to be male urine for the scent. Slim Skaty says, still no haircut, huh? Yes, unfortunately, I have not gotten there yet. I'm trying not to put it off till this weekend because it's situation critical, but... Abraham Dragonfriend says, I'm going to have to steal that magnet off one of y'all's fridges. Damn, bro. You know a bro like you has seen that tank top, and you got some guns, and you could put that men's tank top on and tackle the world, go do it. TheNewsJunkie.com, hit merch. Just get a Flowbee? No. Although if I streamed that, might get some viewers. Okay, we're back in less than 2 minutes. Chat, here's your question. If you are a high school athlete and you are out there competing, it's a pretty high level of competition, and you win, is it okay for you to celebrate? Is it okay for high school athletes to celebrate their wins? Yes or no? Can high school, well, not can, should high school athletes be allowed to celebrate their wins? Should high school athletes be able to celebrate their wins? Yes or no? Let me know what you think. Better film that haircut for content? Maybe. Possibly. Slim says yes. Gene says yes. It's okay for all athletes to celebrate their win. A win's a win. Why not? Keep this in mind when we do this story, because it's pretty crazy, actually. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Candace says, absolutely you should be able to celebrate your win. Well, wait till you hear what happened. You're going to find this interesting. Hello?
University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
She in trouble for? I got to come out in defense of this girl. We'll do that in just a moment here. Hopefully her family deserves the defense that I'm going to give, but I'm doing that in just a moment here. I do want to take issue with something real quick. I find it to be unacceptable, unbelievable, and honestly, robbery. We do right now have a merch drop going on. And it's going fast. It's like 60-something% sold out. So I don't know how many more days this is going to last. I know you hear that a lot, but it's going very fast. If it goes like I think it will today, I don't think it'll make it to Friday. So just make your move right now. If you want to support the show, it's a great way to do it. You've been listening to this show. We keep you company. You want one of the shirts? You want one of these new magnets for Game of Magnets? It's a beautiful one, too. All for the summer. A simple design as requested. We'll switch back to some other stuff.
Hot merch.
Hot merch, baby.
Shirts are going fast.
So fast.
Hot merch.
So
you know what I hate?
Your air base is so high.
I get into a fight every once in a while with Courtney. If we're playing in our band, my band was just blowing me out there. If we're playing in our band on the couch, like Courtney and I'll be sitting there, and I'll go, I'll start playing the drums in our little air band that's going on if we're screwing around, and she'll come in playing
so different than mine.
She'll come in playing the drums too. And I'll go, you can't play the drums when I'm already playing the drums.
You can be double drummers.
Band have two drummers?
No,
you can have double drums.
No, we're not a two-drummer band.
Blue Man Group, ever heard of them? They have multiple drums.
I know there are bands with multiple drummers, but I hate when I start our air band and I start playing the drums, and she could very easily come in on any other instrument in this band, and she picks the same instrument that I have.
I think Courtney's more of a drummer than you are, got to be honest. Maybe, why don't you start with a guitar or an air piano?
I've done that before, and she started with the same instrument. She just wants to steal my
She wants to
instrument.
bond with you.
Whatever it is, it's unbelievable. All right, so that aside, here's the thing that's going on here. Number one, time is ticking on the hot merch that's available on the website right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, show your support for the show, and to get that merch while you can, because it's definitely going very fast. Thenewsjunkie.com, click merch, grab yours now. It's easy on your phone or your laptop or whatever. But there's something we should discuss here, Sabrina.
¿Qué pasó?
Because it's been brought to my attention from somebody at iHeart.
Go on.
That the funds for the merch drop have been redirected directly into C-Lane's bank account. Okay? This is what I've heard.
I'm gonna I did have a little spike just now in my BPMs, but I'm going to take a breath and ask, what do you mean by that? Can I have a little bit of further detail? C-Lane is laughing so hard right now.
It has been brought to my attention by iHeartMedia staff that C-Lane is siphoning off the funds for the latest merch drop, and they are going directly into his bank account right now.
It was supposed to just be fractions of a penny.
All right, hold on.
Embezzling, I think is the word.
What is your answer to these accusations? Is this true? Yes or no?
Let's see here. Look at the old... So make sure that's not in the...
Get the old what? Yes or no?
The cell phone here.
Look at his bank account.
Looking at... Ooh. I'm not supposed to have that much money.
Why are you getting all the money?
He's siphoning off the money. My source had told me that this was happening.
Siphoning indicates it a little bit, but I'm getting a vibe here that he's taking all of it.
The whole
that's a
shebang.
wide mouth hose.
He's doing it.
How did
He's
that
drinking
happen?
our milkshake right now. How did it happen? I'll tell you how it happened. According to my sources at iHeartMedia, C-Lane replaced the information that was in our store with his own banking information.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Purposely so that a transaction would go to his account and not the iHeart account, which we split off and get our money from.
So you just gonna Venmo everyone, C-Lane, or what's the deal here?
We'll see. Yeah. Venmo, my Venmo's been kind of on the fritz lately.
Oh, great.
Oh, don't bring up that name on this day.
Perfect timing for your Venmo to be on the fritz. So, folks, if you want to really support C-Lane, if you want to get this money directly into his bank account, this is the way to do it. Go to the News Junkie, hit merch, and do that right now.
Yeah, do that.
It's here at last.
Oh, what's going on here? We want all of our cents, okay?
Hot merch.
Head on over to that website. They're going away.
I was playing drums already, Sabrina.
I got the hi-hat.
Get off the drums. I'm on the drums. Yeah. One drummer.
2 drummers.
All right. Okay.
And 2 poor people, apparently. I can't believe you're taking all the money.
I know. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Honest to God.
Shame.
All I wanted to
you'll
do
be
was talk
hearing
about...
from my lawyer.
Kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Well, my source at iHeart is feeding me this information. So what I want to tell you is be aware that we know what you're doing. We know what's going on. We are watching. And I will get updates as we need them. You know,
John will give me the updates after he gets the updates.
I'm gonna
from my source.
I got a couple days coming up that I got to take off.
Really?
Mini vacation surprise thing.
Really?
for Ashley.
Yeah, it seems that way. It seems like it's that way. He's out of here. All right, let's talk about this teenage girl.
Okay.
I know it seems weird, but we're going to talk about her because I want to defend her. Her name's Clara Adams. She's 16 years old, as I've already told you. She is a badass at track and field, and she was running in the 400-meter race. When you're out there.
Okay. I already know what that is.
You're cooking.
Because I was in track and field in 8th grade. You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You have the track around the football field quite often.
I'm picturing it right now.
What's the 400, Sean?
400 meters. I am straight up guessing. Is it maybe the case that 1,600 is a whole track and 400 is a quarter of the track?
No.
Damn it. That felt
And
good.
now I'm doubting myself, but I believe the 400 is just one time around. That means you're full sprinting the entire time around.
400 is one entire time around is 400? I thought that would... No, I thought that would...
Around the track.
Oh,
Yeah,
most
I thought it would
outdoor
be that.
tracks are 400 meters
One
around.
lap, baby.
Really?
I'm a sports girl.
Holy cow.
That's as measured in lane 1 because it gets more like as if you're on the
And
outside
what's
lane.
the meters in lane thief?
Mm-hmm. Where C Lane is
First name's
occupied.
Chris.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Dolores Lane with all the monies right now. Okay, so to this teenage girl. And she's running the 400 meter, and she's doing her thing. She is at North Salinas High School in Salinas, California, as you might imagine. And here is the race, I believe. This is the call that went down on the track.
Clara Adams.
Clara Adams, there she
Clara
goes.
Adams is going to have a good kick in her. Brianna Ward is still in this mix, but Clara is making her final pick with about 120 to go.
Which one's Clara?
It's Adams and Mosby. Mosby is
Classic
a senior.
Schmosby.
Adams is a sophomore. Adams is starting to peek ahead
Clara!
of Mosby, and she's going to take the 400-meter. Clara Adams.
Wow, unbelievable. Yeah. All right.
We wouldn't make it 20 meters.
Now they start talking about this. They showed the scoreboard, as it were, and the leaderboard, and she was up there 53.24 seconds. Clara Adams from North Salinas
Poor
High School.
Schmosby.
Congratulations to you. Mosby does not win. Mosby fails again. And afterwards, she decided to celebrate. So let me stop here. Let me just stop for a second. Is it okay for a high school athlete to celebrate their victory?
Yes.
Why not?
100%.
Yes, right? Why shouldn't they? This is a grand accomplishment.
Is it how
Congrats.
she celebrated that is coming into play?
I want to go on the record stating with absolute confidence that I have no problem with how she celebrated her victory. No problem at all. I think they kind of talked about the moment on this broadcast.
352, Hannah Rutherford. Third, 54-27, Brianna Ward. And fourth, 54-45, Amira Whitehead. And fifth, 54-62, Gabby Bell is in sixth with 54-79.
You give them all, bud? All right, they're getting ready for the next race.
Every single race has gone down to the wire. Oh, is that a fire extinguisher? Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Did we see that? That was a fire extinguisher.
All right, she ran a little funny bit. After she won and Clara Adams crossed the finish line, she took out a fire extinguisher and extinguished her shoes.
Did she? Okay, that's funny.
Because that's kind of funny, right?
Did she bring her own fire extinguisher, or that was supposed to be used in case of fire on the field?
No, she brought her own fire extinguisher, which, by the way, how fun is this? Made it into the interview.
This is the exact one.
How fun is this?
If you provide your own fire extinguisher, I don't see the problem.
I don't either. I don't. And they have some reasoning for coming after her. I want to take a quick break, I think, here. And then we'll come back. We'll hear from her and what they're doing to punish her. I think all of this is absolutely crazy, but I do want to know what everybody thinks. So let us know. Give us your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your first dispatch right now. All right, quick break. We're back with that in just a matter of moments. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, there's still some slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Keep an eye out for road rangers off to the shoulder, clearing up a disabled vehicle on I-4 eastbound near Lee Road there. There's emergency crews on the roadways, clearing up an accident on State Road 44 eastbound at Previtt Avenue. No serious accidents really affecting your commute on the major roadways, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
If you're looking to find out about a reverse mortgage, look no further than thatmortgageguydon.com. He's here to help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That Mortgage Guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. and then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for...
School Mike Squad. Come on, little cameraman. Little tiny cameraman. Come on. Follow me. Follow me. I just want to say thanks so far for all of the merch orders. I appreciate all of you. I like the folks who are digging that this is a mega simple design. I know some of you are like, what the? But it's super simple. A lot of people, after years and years and years of the show, have been begging for this, and also begging for tank tops. So we got you this round, but they're going fast, and thank you for your orders. Right now, go to thenewsjunkie.com and click merch to get yours. Tommy says, if she sprayed somebody else, that's not cool. If she sprayed her own shoes, then she's just showboating, and all athletes do that in every sport. I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. Triple M says, how do we find the Secret Show's discount code for the shirts? Good question, Triple M. It's over here. Take a look. Right? If you just... Are you looking? I'll enhance it for you. Are you seeing this? Is that coming in? Pay full price. No, it's on the featured section. Go to thenewsjunkie.com featured section. You'll see the promo code, and if you're a Secret Show subscriber and logged in, it will show you the code. Use that during your purchase. Three minutes and 30 seconds, and we're going to come back to hear from this track star about her celebration. Let's see what her and her family are saying. Like, how crazy is it? You saw that, right? She won. It was hard fought. It was like literally at the end, at the finish line. She just barely crosses ahead and wins. And they take it away. They took away her state victory. They took away her win because she sprayed her shoes with a fire extinguisher as a bit, which is just kind of silly and funny. It's ridiculous. Vicky says it's funny, everybody doing it, but I don't think it's very classy. Who cares, though, right? Like, who cares if it's classy? It's like a funny little bit. Is it because it's a fire extinguisher and we're like, fire extinguishers are only for fires? We don't screw around with stuff like that. Like, who cares? BS on YouTube says, all celebrations within the rules are technically fine. If it's somehow against the rules, her coach or school failed her. Tanya says she won fair and square. She definitely won fair and square. If you want to say, like, that's outside of the bounds of the rules for celebrating, fine. But taking away her victory, that's ridiculous. That's dumb. Less than 2 minutes and we're coming back. AJ Soup says, how is it not classy? Who effing says that at the high school level? It's dumb. Aventasaur says, fine her like in the NFL. Yeah, these high school people don't have any money. Dan says, is the fire extinguisher liquid safe? Is it non-toxic? You're surrounded by kids breathing heavily from overexerting themselves, and you're spraying some noxious aerosols into the air. Man, you are fucking Karen territory, buddy. You are full-fledged Karen territory with some of these takes that you dump off in chat. That is full-fledged. You have morphed. You have tits coming out of your body. You are now officially a Karen. There was no one by her. She was in it. It's track and field. There was nobody by her. Jesus Christ. For real? Actually, there there's some concern about the chemicals and for real.
News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Like a car crash you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
Hang out with us. The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And I'll tell you about the story that you just missed out on in a moment here. If you miss anything on the show, you can always get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We're talking about this 16-year-old girl in the world of sports. And I'm quite bad with sports, generally speaking. A lot of you will dump all over me if I'm talking about sports and not getting everything 100% right, which is 95% of the time that I'm not getting it right. But this 16-year-old girl, her name is Clara Adams, and she was at the state championship. We've already learned that she was running the 400 meters, which is one time around the track, which is almost impossible for me. I get right to the 398 mark and just break like a terracotta statue.
You said the 3.9 mark?
No, the 399 mark, right there at the finish line. I wouldn't make it over the finish line. I'm just not ready for this. But she is. And she won for North Salinas High School, this 16-year-old Clara Adams. She won the state championship. And everybody saw it. You even heard, if you heard that segment, the count from the person who was watching this saying, like, boom, she got it right at the finish line. Congratulations to her. But then she did a celebration, which seems fine to me. Like, I mean, it's like celebrating if you're a high school athlete seems fine. And her celebration was that she took off her shoes and then sprayed them with a fire extinguisher.
Which is a cute bit.
It's funny. It's like so fast that my shoes are on fire. I get it.
I would see some controversy or, some fines maybe if that was the fire extinguisher that's meant for the field in case of fire. Mm-hmm. But she brought her own. She invested in the celebration.
But let's say even if she didn't bring her own, let's say she took the one from the event or whatever. If you want to punish her and you want to say it's against the rules, that's fine. You could come up with some clever punishment. Have her clean the track, like whatever, right? Like some kind of punishment. Have her work for the league. I don't know, whatever. Do something to pay off whatever you've done wrong, which I don't even think was wrong. I think it's totally fine that she did this. But they took away her state championship. They took it away. Like she won. This could have been big for her going to college. This was a huge achievement for just anybody in sports to begin with. And they decided to strip her of her 400-meter gold medal because she celebrated too much. And I find that to be so dumb. And very like all of these people who are upset by this, it's the most Karen thing you could possibly do. To clutch your pearls and be like, the celebration was the danger is. I'm just worried about the kids out there. Oh, please. Really? How long has it been since you were a kid? Do you think a kid out there on the track is going to be like, oh, my God, did you see how dangerous that was? She sprayed a fire extinguisher. They spray nitrous gas into their bodies, okay? They do a lot worse than this kind of stuff. They're just fine. Everybody's going to be fine.
Are they saying that there's dangerous gases?
Everybody's trying to find a reason why she's the bad person here and she should be stripped of her victory. But none of them make sense to me. I do love that her and her dad have decided to do the interview with the fire extinguisher. They're posing at a little table. They got the fire extinguisher. and there's a microphone. Let's see what happens here.
I worked so hard.
Aww.
For that title. The greatest moment of 16-year-old Clara Adams' young career taken away from her because of a celebration.
Right off the jump, they're using the emotions. I work so hard for the title.
After winning the 400-meter event at the CIF State Championships with a time of 53.24 seconds, her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire.
All right. That was it, just for those of you who are watching. I'll describe it for everybody else. Watch this, because this is the first time that you'll be able to see what she did. This is her on the side. Tell me if there's anybody around her that's in danger, any of that stuff. Here it is right here, okay?
53.24 seconds. Her dream of winning a state title went up in flames after celebrating using a fire extinguisher.
Oh, my God, it's 2 squirts.
Yeah, that's it. She's like, hell yeah. Like, she's swinging her hands in the air. She points down at her feet, and she sprays one quick spray on each of her shoes. She's not even the first person to do this in track and field. It's like a victory thing that people have done before.
I was going to say, I found it hard to believe that this was her original idea that nobody's ever done before.
But here's the thing. Maybe for future use or bits like this, get one of the prop ones.
Mm-hmm.
No one gets fined.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
okay,
their title taken away.
But do you think her title should be taken away?
No.
That's crazy, right?
Not at all.
What are we teaching these kids? Like, this rule in particular is so important that your victory, your achievement is to be stripped away from you and given to the person in second place because you hit your shoes with a fire extinguisher? That's dumb.
The call. Was it the school? Was it, I guess, whoever's running the state competition?
Mm-hmm.
There's referees?
CIF officials is what the story says. CIF officials, which I imagine is like, the folks who were in charge of this particular event, said that her gold medal for the 400-meter state championship would be removed and taken away from her. Ooh. And obviously she's upset by this, and I don't blame her.
When she blew the fire extinguisher, the opponents were gone. That was our moment of celebration, and the CIF officials made that about them. The crowd went crazy. They loved it. The CF booth went crazy. They loved it.
True.
But those few guys in those jackets, they took offense to it, didn't like it, and they made a decision based on emotions.
These guys, the suits, the literal suits of the sports world, these guys on this track that would watch this and go, and full Karen mode to be like, hold on, I've seen somebody, fun time detected. I've detected somebody in the act of having a good time. Let's take their accomplishment away from them. You are the lamest humans alive.
And how many state champs did y'all win before you got the job? Suits. Huh?
When I see it, I just go, you are the lamest people alive. This was your opportunity to be like, hey, just for the record, don't do that. And then, by the way, congratulations. But instead, they do this, and that is crazy dumb.
The North Salinas High sophomore grabbed a fire extinguisher from her father and coach and extinguished off her spikes. The CIF deemed her celebration unsportsmanlike, stripping her of her title. It's a celebration made famous by American sprint icon Maurice Green, who enjoyed her paying homage to him and thinks she should get her state title back.
He took his shoes off.
That's hilarious.
He took his shoes off like they were too hot. Like he was like, and he took his shoes off.
And did he get his title stripped away?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably not.
I don't know. But that's the guy that started this.
When I heard, because it happened, and people just started calling me, oh, this girl who just won the 400 redid your celebration. I was like, huh? What? If it was away from everyone and not really interfering with anybody, I would say reinstate her.
This guy is a 4-time Olympic medalist.
His was on the track, too. Like, hers was off in the infield.
And his was like, he was spraying a ton of the fire extinguisher on his shoes as part of this bit.
God.
She just went one spray on either one.
Could you imagine if CIF or CFI, whatever the officials were that took her title, were like, now that you mention it, we're going to reach out and take that guy's title away from 40 years ago.
Yeah, right. We're going to take your Olympic medals away, too, sir. Everybody who's done this. She won the race. Just give her the medal. And also, if you're in second place and you win the medal like this, that's so lame.
I don't think you win the medal if you're in second place. I think they just don't award it.
For real? They just keep second place second, and no one gets first?
I think it varies depending on the sport.
That's even more lame.
I've heard of different horse racing. I think they do this where they go, Seldom's Pride or whatever just won the Kentucky Derby, but they found that they were doping him up, so they just strip Seldom's Pride of the title, and the second horse. I don't know that they get it.
I don't like it.
Maybe totally wrong.
It sounds right to me. It sounds right-ish to me. Let's see what else they say in this report.
One
here.
clear infraction was Clara's father hopping the railing onto the track after the race, but says he only did that because of how CIF officials were treating his daughter.
There's a CIF rule saying you can't come over the wall, you can't be on the infield, which is a rule respected. But at this point, I explained before about being a coach and a father wearing the different hats. I saw an official grab my daughter by the arm. They were yelling in her face. When he grabbed her by the arm, I went over the wall at that point.
Okay, even if you want to say, and I would lend an ear to this, that the father technically violated this rule and that he shouldn't have been running out on the track, even though he did see somebody grabbing the arm of his daughter and like pulling her away. Even if you said that, punish the father. Punish the father. What world are we living in where the father breaking some rule at this track meet leads to the takeaway of a medal from his daughter, who really, I don't think did anything wrong, but you can let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts over to thenewsjunkie.com. Seems like a nice girl to me. Seems like she'd be like a good example for the sport moving forward, but we'll see what you have to say. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of boomers sending in their questions today. So let's see what we got here. Here is somebody says, to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, trying to mail you a dispatch currently. How many stamps are required? You may be beyond help. You may be a little too far out there.
Seems like some people are not taking this assignment seriously.
I know. We're being serious. We're trying to help the boomers. Anonymous says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. So my job is trying to ruin my life with meetings lately, and sometimes I miss the show or parts of it days in a row. But, Sean, did I hear you say the other day at the end of the show, you are leaving? Love you all, by the way, says Anonymous. This is not a boomer question, but yes, that is true. Absolutely. If you missed any of the show, there was a mega announcement the other day. I will be rounding out the rest of June and hanging up my headphones and bouncing out to some other pastures. But thank you for the time. Thank you for the memories. So long.
Finally
for all
bought
the
that
shoes.
farm.
Yeah. Time to go. TTG, as they say.
One more payment left. He's going to use the T-shirt money for that, but apparently that's in Elon's bank account.
Apparently, there has been a little bit of financial misdeeds that have been happening behind the scenes. And from my iHeart source, I've learned that Elon is funneling in the money from our merch campaign into his own bank account right now. True story. We're on top of this. There's an investigation ongoing. And we will remedy this situation. We will figure this out, and justice will be served, unlike on this track here for this track and field competition.
It's weird. Only $10 has come through, so I'll make sure.
I don't think that's right.
I'm going to put that in an envelope and leave it with accounts payable.
We're going to double check. I don't think that's right. Here is, I'm not a hippie. Talking about track talk.
Okay, if you think the 400 is a good distance, try doing the 800.
800?
That's 2 laps around. I did that event from 3rd grade all the way to senior year.
Damn.
I did the open 800 and the 4x800, which is the relay race. So I did 4 laps between 2 events, every single track meet. And yes, the celebration that she did, she just ripped off Michael Johnson at the Olympics, I think in like 2012 or 2010 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was him. He might have done it too, maybe, but it was the guy that they had on earlier.
Maurice Green.
All Day Yuckers sends a dispatch, a video dispatch, and it says, Sean, was this you at the Hobby Lobby? I don't dare.
Yes, please dare. Dare.
Everybody else, you could watch this yourself. Go to the dispatches section of the newsjunkie.com. You'll see All Day Yuckers dispatch. Show them some love if you like it. That is me at the Hobby Lobby. I don't know why I'm dancing like that. I can't quite dance like,
Those
oh,
hips.
yeah,
What's
yeah. Unequivocally not me.
Oh,
That's not
my
me.
God. Is that the new tattoo? Or
No,
okay.
no, that was not me.
Because the lower back tattoo's gone. But that's,
well, it's not. It's not gone. That process takes a long time.
Oh,
but,
my bad.
I mean, like dancing and moving, I can move and groove like that.
No,
I can
you cannot.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little
John,
bit of that.
if only
yeah,
you dance that way. Oh, that's so funny.
and
What
then bam.
tattoo is it? I
Don't worry
love
about
it.
that.
This is
kind of not important. Kind of not important right now. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You can join us on the show today. Go check out that dispatch if you want to. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit the dispatches tab right now. Otherwise, we'll hear from you. Send yours in. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. When we come back, we'll get into I really hate, especially here in my last couple of weeks, really hate going to sports once more. But I think this is something we have to talk about. Also, a UPS driver gets the opportunity of a lifetime and turns it down. You'll hear this because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
My mom has the fattest cat you've ever seen, too. That didn't sound good.
Poor phrasing.
that was the worst phrasing I could have ever done for that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that amusement park area between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. No serious accidents really affecting your commute on the major roadways. You won't be expecting any problems around the perimeter of I-4 on State Road 429. And the Greenway traffic is up to speed on the Beach Line and Florida's Turnpike. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Blindster.com's Memorial Day Encore sale is your last chance to save up to 50% site-wide on custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Don't miss out on these incredible savings. These deals end June 5th. Shop now at Blindster.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting June 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only.
Go, Mike. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Come on, tiny little cameraman. Come on. Come on. Thank you for all these orders. Even though they're going to C-Lane's bank account, it's super kind of you, and he could use the money right now. He's got a baby. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit merch. Get yours. All right, we got 4 minutes to hang out. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's see the moves. You already saw the moves. You saw me dancing. Nailed it. By the way, when we come back, I want to play something for you that you probably haven't seen today. And there's a video making the rounds of a delivery driver. And the delivery driver gets what you might call the proposition of a lifetime. And to his credit, he says no. He turns down the offer. But wait till you hear what that offer was. Kyle on YouTube says, love it, ordered mine yesterday, wishing for more like that. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for the kind words. Glad I could support C-Lane. Thank you for the kind words. That offsets Behaw's mean words. Behaw's mean words yesterday are now offset by your nice words. My dad has called me twice and asked if Sean was leaving. Jesus effing Christ, Sean. Now I got to deal with that. Not yet. We still have like 2 weeks. Yucker says maybe you should talk to Beehaw's boss. I did talk to Beehaw's boss. Beehaw has the chronic need to be overserved in this community. And while I like Beehaw and think she's nice and kind of cool, what some might call moderately funny, let's be honest, at the end of the day, she has a vagina and you can't trust her. Keep your distance. She's a pineapple? We're back in less than 2 minutes, 2 and 2, with this video of the proposition for the delivery driver. What the F did I come back to? I think you know. David says, say that to Courtney. I do all the time when she's not here. I'm not going to say it to her face. Are you crazy? Sean's not going to be getting any vagina? If you guys tell her anything that I said, if you tell Courtney anything that I say in this room, between me and the little cameraman and you, skullmikers, it's over. All right, we're coming back. Now it's time to see what this delivery driver got as an offer and why he turned it down. We're going to do that right now. Camera? Camera? Ah. All right, take a break, mini cameraman. Take a load off. All right, hold on. Hang tight. Who is the new host? I think they're announcing on Monday. I think they're announcing that on Monday.
Hi, this is Elton John, and this is iHeart's Elton John Radio.
Every hit, every deep cut, and the behind-the-scenes stories from Sir Elton himself.
It became my first ever hit.
From the anthems that made history to Elton's own picks, all commercial-free, including his new song with Brandi Carlile, the soundtrack of a legend. Search Elton John Radio on your iHeart app to listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the News Junkie.
Show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you. Go subscribe to something they call a podcast for you boomers out there who are rocking with us today. After all we've said about you today, oh my God. The podcast is a way to get via RSS or real simple syndication.
Whoa, crazy guy.
I think I may have totally made that up.
I think that might be right.
A way of fetching the latest episodes of an audio-based product, a.k.a. a podcast from the word pod as an iPod. They let Apple have that unbelievable L on the part of our industry, but here we are regardless. And yeah,
on the opposite side of the spectrum, for all the young kids, you can listen to our podcast on the radio.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. The radio. It's this old-fangled thing. We send things across the airwaves in multiple cities.
It's in your
put our voices out there.
Car, I guess, in your parents' car because you're probably in an Uber. But it's those numbers. Sometimes there's a point in it, and
Just
you can listen to us for free.
Ask your Waymo AI to tell you what it is, and your Waymo AI will certainly inform you of exactly what's going on.
Actually, Waymo has a little screen in the back that has iHeartRadio loaded into it, so you can 100%, yeah.
Thank you, Waymo. How nice. How nice of them to do this. There is a whole world of being a delivery driver. It's a whole world that you unlock when you get this position. I saw a story, I think it was this week. See if you could find this real quick. And it was a story where they went to all these different delivery drivers talking about their job, and they talked about how often women answer the door for deliveries in some state of undress. I don't even know what you could search for this, Elon. I've really set you up for failure here. But I saw a story this week where people were talking about that. They were like commiserating with delivery drivers about how strange your gig might be. And for the men on the delivery driver circuit, how a lot of them end up seeing women who sometimes are putting themselves out there. And I've told stories before about being a water delivery guy. True, all the way through. And I got propositioned before. Like another time in my life when I was propositioned, I did not catch on to the proposition. I was like, why is this lady?
Where did you want me to put this thing?
Why is this lady asking me to go inside and have a glass of wine with her right now in the middle of the day when I'm working? Clearly this seems weird, but she really wanted me to. Boy, it's almost like she's a lonely housewife and I'm the pool boy in this situation. So yeah, that's something that happens in the life of these folks. I gave you an impossible task. Did you come up with anything?
Just old stories, like even the AI is like, it's unlikely for a woman to answer a door without clothes when a delivery driver arrives.
Damn.
This AI has never seen porno.
This says from the Daily Dot, this was May 31st, so 5 days ago. Try being the UPS man. Oh, the things I've seen. Furniture delivery worker of 30 years says women often answer the door well and decent. Your husband is not lying. This is 1,000% true, said some of these people. This says, blowing the whistle. If your significant other is in the service industry, wives beware. I'm sure other HVAC electric plumbers can agree they see this as well. Put some clothes on when a tech is coming. So your AC techs, your electricity employees, all your people out there going house to house see stuff like this. You see these things, and you're supposed to be good when you're doing it. Don't act up. This is a guy who works for UPS. For real, in this case. He actually does. This is legit. And this van is pulling up next to the UPS driver with an offer. You might know of this van.
Oh, Bang Bus?
You might recognize what's going on here.
Oh my gosh, let's try to get this guy.
Let's try to get this guy.
Hi, how are you? Hi. Are you busy right now?
All right, already, this is a for real UPS guy, buckling into his UPS truck, Big Brown, trying to do his thing. He just put the seatbelt on. Are you busy? Hi, how are you? Are you busy?
Boxes, but not.
He said, I'm delivering boxes, but not busy.
Because we have 2 girls on the bus today, and we were wondering if you were free and wanted to come have some fun with us.
I'm all right.
All right, are you sure? We can deliver your package.
Ladies.
See what they did there?
We can deliver your package, she says. I like how Homeboy just said flat out no. I'm good. I'm going to pass on this one if you don't mind.
Rejected.
He turned it down.
There it
and
is.
I think that do they like sign the roof of the Bang Bus or something? This is, I guess, proof that this is the right place. But it's just a bus cruising around the neighborhood. And the UPS guy goes, nah, not going to do it.
I went to high school with some kid who was on the Bang Bus.
He was one of the guys that was taking around in the Bang Bus?
But it wasn't like...
It was the girl that you bullied into porn.
No, it wasn't. She was on a different website.
It wasn't bus related.
Turns out Shaman Madonna is really... We've got some great athletes and some solid porn stars. But
Sabrina, is Shaman Madonna, when you say that for new listeners, is your high school?
Shaman Madonna is my high school, and then I didn't bully her necessarily, but that was from my elementary school.
All C-Lane is doing is relating the story that you told us, which was that you bullied this girl, and then she ended up being in the
I learned my
adult
lesson, and
entertainment
we
business.
also made up after that. I apologized many a times. I'm not here to be shamed, but the other guy, yes, he signed up, but it wasn't like they picked him up. Like they set it up ahead of time. I'm very surprised that they did it this way.
Yeah, what if the guy would have said yes is the question? Like if UPS guy goes,
some waivers for you, sir.
I do want to deliver my package. If he said, don't take that, please.
So much stuff you've said.
I always thought all the Bang Bus stuff was fake, though. Maybe they were just shooting and they happened to see a UPS driver? Or
Yeah, I think that's it. Somebody's saying on chat, where is that neighborhood? Bucky is trying to get over there as quickly as he can. Bucky,
I'm here.
Come on. I like it. I like that the UPS guy was like, no, You guys, what's going on here? You guys are weird. Get out of here, please, if you don't mind. Over to sports. We go to the sports world because we know sports. We love sports. We are covering everything with bats and balls and all the things you could ask for
Big skin.
in the sports world. Pitcher is up on the mound. Unclear whether or not he has a big butt as it goes in baseball. But the pitcher is on the mound. The batter hits the ball. And here we go.
On a 1-2. Right back in it.
Right in the face. Right in the face. That's rough. That's rough. Guys, 103 mile an hour ball off the bat. 103 miles an hour.
But if you would have caught it, it would have been an automatic out.
That'll kill you, right? Wouldn't that? Like the potential at least is there.
Oh, he's wearing a face mask moving forward.
He got smacked. Here he is.
Kirby, it caroms to Tellez for out number 3. George is on his feet and walking back to the dugout with a...
He's bleeding. His mouth is busted up. Hit him in the bottom lip at 103 miles per hour.
He's got to be missing a tooth or something, right?
I don't know. What did knock something out? You might be able to see more about this. I just saw that it happened. He said he didn't seem too bothered by the play, although blood did come from his lip. He walked to the dugout and was tended to by some professionals that were nearby. But damn, that has got to hurt. You throw the ball, fastball, over the middle. They hit the ball right off the bat into your mouth. Worst case scenario, or close to it, but he's okay, which is very, very
eyeball.
Good. That's anywhere in the face is going to be bad. Eyeball might be like, or like the temple. You might be talking like some
Simon
danger
Birch
there.
Killed his mom or his friend's
Is
mom.
that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, luckily enough, George Kirby with a line drive off his face is doing A-OK today.
One of the tweets said, luckily he gets a hand on it, so maybe he was able to at least cushion a little bit of that blow.
Like he got his glove up just a bit or something.
Maybe.
Right to the mouth. I think you're right, C-Lane. I feel like that would be some serious damage
Or
done.
if he had swallowed it whole, he would become a baseball.
Maybe, yeah. Could be. That's
Anybody?
the outcome.
Think about what I'm
Could be.
referring to.
All right. Everybody digest that for a little while. Just let that sink in.
Do you know?
We had yesterday. No.
Kirby.
Not yet.
Video game.
I know. The big floating.
Yeah. Paintball.
Yeah. Or Gal is I just thought with Kirby that we were talking about a bro there, but is Kirby
I think based on the origin of the name, it's probably a man, even though it's pink.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not get caught up on that.
Sorry.
The other day on this show, we were talking about the AI use in the religious world that's been happening, which is so weird. A lot of people emailed.
It's your boy Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus was
Y'all
on the cross.
don't believe me. Look at these seawalls.
BRB.
What was the thing he said? Something about G-O-D or will BRB?
Yeah.
Or something is like G-O. They don't know, but G-O-D will BRB. And they've started using AI in the religious world, and a lot of people responded. I put that up on See It Now for those of you who didn't see it. But now they've gone further, and I guess now they've taken to like creating historical videos from the 16th century, so the 1500s, and like just all these historical videos where they imagine what it would be like to interview these people. This is what all the Zoomers, because the Zoomers are in trouble too, this is what they're going to think really happened. Like they're going to believe this footage in another way. The Zoomers will be like, well, this is footage from the 1500s. Let's see what happened.
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
Do you enjoy your work?
Oh, yeah. It's honest work.
Hang on, that seems like a rough way to hold a sword. The executioner that he's
They can't get
interviewing.
everything right. I mean, it's pretty incredible how this footage looks.
I mean, first things first, they didn't have any microphones back in the 1500s.
How do you know?
Far as I'm aware, they didn't have any microphones. I'll hold on to this. We'll get to more of these 1500s man on the street interviews a little bit later on in the show after we do the next episode. So let's gear up for that. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Billy McFarland is back for one last scam. I mean, job or opportunity for you. Mr. Beast is good at things like YouTube content, but you can call him Mr. Bust when it comes to financial management and budgeting. Plus, you want to spend $9.99 a month to watch a crazy lady go about her boring day? You're not real, man. But this news is. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m.
Go, Mike Squad. Quick break here underway. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, then we're back live on all affiliates. Bless your souls for being patient. In the meantime, myself, miniature cameraman, absolutely epic employee that definitely didn't start off the show by fucking up big time. Our tiniest employee will rotate the camera and follow me. How are we doing today? Are we good? I hope all is well. We got the next episode coming up in just a few minutes. Then we'll get to more of these interviews from the 1500s. We got a whole bunch of stuff to get to today. Is Skullcam in the film production union? I just get this guy piecemeal. I just needed somebody real small. So he comes in before the show. He gets Predicto set up and ready to go in the right spot. He gets behind the camera, and then I pay him to be on his mark. Come on! I pay him to be on his mark to follow me around. B-Haw says I have my headphones on so you can't get me fired. Life will find a way. It will happen. Kelly says, I try listening on the radio and the signal sucks. Kelly, where are you listening on the radio? What radio station? Is it WTKS 104.1? Let me know if it's that, because I have heard from people talking about the signal, that perhaps it's not been great for the Orlando affiliate, WTKS, which is a killer signal. But I don't know if it's these like electromagnetic waves from the sun, or if iHeart's powering some stuff down. I think it's the sun. 104.1 in Daytona? Yeah, it might be that. Remember, you can always listen on iHeartRadio, or better yet, right here. You're in a good spot, Kelly. Are you having fun right here? Just hang out here. Darth on YouTube says, what's next for you, Sean, after the News Junkie, or are you done? I hate to see The Office go to waste. No, I'm not going to be done. I've obviously got other plans, but this part of things is done. Yeah. You'll find out soon. Kelly says, I prefer the radio at work. If you can't use the iHeart app and you don't want to use YouTube and you prefer the radio, then you're just going to have to be patient. They're working on it. I know that there have been complaints on the texting service over the last several days, and they're working on it. Let me ask C-Led. Hey, C-Led. Hang on, let me turn on the speaker so people can hear you.
No time. What's up?
Did we find out about people complaining about the signal? Because somebody on the stream was complaining about the signal too.
I haven't heard anything today, but I can look around.
No, but didn't you say there was people complaining the other day, like about the signal quality?
That was like a week or two ago.
Was it?
Engineers were already working on it.
Okay. I didn't know if it was your Sahara dust storm or something else. We're coming back.
Try the free iHeartRadio app on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and take those presets for a spin.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio
Try the free iHeartRadio app on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and take those presets for a spin.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
In just a moment, we'll get back into Elon versus Trump, the latest happening there. We've got some more drama to talk about, more of these interviews from the 1500s, a lot of juicy stuff, and a weather guy who's losing his mind, and what I think should happen to this weather guy. All of that and a lot more on the way. Don't forget, our merch drop is underway, and honestly, I think it's about 60-something% sold out. We're here on a Wednesday, and so that's going pretty fast. I think these might be all gone by Friday, which is usually when we shut things down and go to sold out territory, because that just usually is how it works out. But we got hot merch, baby, and you should go grab yours. It goes right into C-Line's bank account, according to iHeart employees.
He's
go
got
check
a baby
it out.
to feed, y'all.
Yeah, he's got a 1-year-old who just learned how to speak. So this is expensive. Papa. And you can support the show by grabbing this merch while you can over at thenewsjunkie.com. Click that merch button. Thenewsjunkie.com. Click the merch button. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Every time I mention my Dutch oven.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Thatmortgageguy.Don.com. The Home Loans Radio Show. But most importantly, a guy who's looking out for you. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgages, HELOCs. Maybe getting yourself a business or expanding the one you already have. Work with someone who is looking out for you. He has your back. And go to his website, thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
A mere 61 years ago, 1964, this group right here.
The Beatles.
Oh, Beatles is right. And the Beatles went and embarked upon their first and only world tour. That began with 2 10-song shows at a 4,400-seat hall in Copenhagen.
Wow.
British drummer Jimmy Nicol replaced Ringo Starr, who was recovering from tonsillitis. And that was the first 5 dates, which included 10 concerts and 1, here we go full circle, Dutch TV appearance.
Wait, they only did 1 world tour?
Yeah.
The Beatles? Damn.
Imagine if they did more.
Wow.
And imagine that Mr. Beast was actually not great with his money, despite being a billionaire.
What's he doing? What's happening with his monies?
27 years old. I did not realize how old he actually was until
Still
this
pretty
article.
young. Yeah.
Yeah. 27 years old, Mr. Beast is worth $1 billion, but has admitted in a response to a post calling him the only billionaire under 30 years old to have inherited his wealth. He did not inherit it. He said, I personally have very little money because I reinvest everything. I think this year we'll spend around $250 million on content. Ironically enough, I'm actually borrowing money from my mom to pay for my upcoming wedding, LOL.
I don't believe that part.
For the boomers, that's laugh out loud. For the zoomers, are they using LOL?
For the boomers, you probably as a boomer aren't going to refer to anybody as Mr. Beast. So I think his name is Jimmy Donaldson or something like that.
You know, something made me very sad that I saw on a meme. Meme. They say LMFAO or LMAO has survived decades. That it is, what we used on the internet as millennials, and it continues to be used. But ROFL was dead and buried.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I haven't
Nobody
seen that
uses
as
it.
much.
No more raffle waffle.
I used it all the time, and then you exclamation point, number one, exclamation point, because it was like a scene thing to do. Anyways,
Question for you.
Back down. What
is there? And I was asking Courtney about this the other day. I don't know. Is there an international, like all languages version of that? Like, I guess maybe it would be the emoji, right? Like it would have to be the emoji because
It's
LOL is like LOL stands for boomers brace yourself, laughing out loud.
Actually, some people need to hear that because there was like a famous meme that went around of
lots of love.
Some lady who thought it meant lots of love, and she said like Aunt Teresa died, LOL, and her daughter was like, Mom, what do you think that means?
Love it.
Lots of love. Yeah, because even if you went like, ha, 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 if you're speaking to someone that is Spanish.
Oh, they put ja, ja,
doing
ja, 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 ja.
Yeah.
Wait, I guess people in every language laugh differently, huh?
Yeah, like.
Not necessarily. I mean, it varies. But spelling ha-ha in Spanish is different than ha-ha in English, so they do it with J's.
Think about the weight of that for a second. Is it true that in every single culture across the world, we all evolved to laugh exactly the same way?
I think
a lot of
it's very
K-poppers,
similar.
they cover their mouth.
Hang on.
Yeah, but that sounds more of like manners than...
I don't want to distract too much. I apologize.
Thank you. Someone's getting the last ha 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 LMFAO ROFL, and that is Billy McFarlane, who is back, baby. Oh, the last we heard is Firefest 2 has been postponed indefinitely.
Right.
Damn.
So why not partner up with somebody else and announce as of yesterday or maybe earlier this week, depending on when you're listening, the Fire Adventure. Fire Venture. Week-long getaway in Honduras called Fire Resort. That's not it. How about more of a scam feel? Come on down. Fire Resort pop-up at Coral View Utila.
Sounds nice.
A statement at the newly launched firehotels.com explains how this came to pass. It was inspired in 2013. You know, when the dumpster Firefest actually went down?
Yeah, that didn't have a good reputation as far as I remember.
So they now have a beach resort that was up for sale, and they bought it. I don't know with whose money. Oh, yeah, all the people they scammed for Firefest 1 and 2. And now you have an opportunity to go over to Fire Island, and it just costs per room, what they're saying is $1,500.
That's a little pricey.
To not be completely sure if this is going to be a great experience that AI made it out to be. So good luck, everybody. And tell us about your Fire Resort pop-up fest when you go ahead and engage. Or maybe you want to spend your money on something else, like this lady right here.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Crazy Plane Lady is now the Safe for Work lady, according to reports. Tiffany Gomas, which there was rumor going around that she wasn't even real. And nobody...
Yeah, that's the ultimate
she's
twist.
She's not real, full circle.
Yeah.
Or no one could hear from her, but the 40-year-old marketing executive and entrepreneurial trailblazer, self-titled, she is now telling everybody that she's going to be a content creator for Passes with a capital P. It's a company.
Okay.
There's a rumor that she joined OnlyFans, but Passes forbids explicit material, according to the outlet. So she promises unfiltered, unexpected, and unapologetic for $9.99 a month.
That because there's a lot of other ones too. There's a lot of like more safe for work, more legit OnlyFans type things.
But OnlyFans, what, like Periscope, right? Or what is it called?
Patreon?
Patreon, sure, yeah.
But OnlyFans, you don't have to do sexy stuff. Wasn't there like DJ Khaled was playing basketball? People would pay for.
Fansly is one of the big ones, and that's the biggest like competitor that I've heard out there.
But I think one of the guys from Chappelle's show like had a podcast, and he would just release the podcast and his content exclusively through OnlyFans, but it wasn't sexual in nature. Got
it. Well, neither is this. She's going to share behind the scenes looks at my chaos work workouts, pups, shorts, shoes, and fits. I'm sold.
Hell yeah.
That's where all the magic happens, where she tells you to direct message her before before being cheeky and ending her message with the now infamous tirade, "Thanks for flying with me."
She was MAGA for a while. I don't know if she's still in the MAGA world.
I haven't heard anything from her.
Yeah, she was like, I think she might have got behind one of those right-wing beer companies that was popping up for a while.
Real American beer,
Like
bitch.
Real American beers. I don't know if those are doing kick-ass out there or not, but yeah, I think she was behind one of those for a while.
As they put it. You doing kick-ass? You doing no ass?
I'm more of a beer guy these days.
Hey,
I've been drinking a lot of beer.
2 points. Where was she flying to and from?
Oh, man.
Orlando.
That is 2 points for C-Lane. Yes,
Is
it
that
was
true?
Dallas to Orlando.
Wow.
She was getting on a cruise, and then when she got off the cruise, she
Yeah,
found
this was
out
a
that she went
post-cruise deal.
mega viral. And finally, I will give you the boob tube because I don't have time for anything else, if that's cool. Which song shall I play? Oh, Happy Pride Month.
When I was in the 3rd grade,
Wait for
I
it.
thought that I was gay, that I was gay.
Shout out to DJ Prest. Game 1. With Kristen Cavallari.
All right.
Thank God that E picked it up. Series premiere of Power Moves with Shaquille O'Neal on Netflix, and series premiere of Stick on Apple Plus. Miley Cyrus will be on Fallon, and you follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, gays.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
There's a drought in television right now.
I think, Stick looked kind of cool. I'm not a big golf gal, but...
Stick is the Owen Wilson one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the one that I was talking about off the jump where they said it's like a complete Ted Lasso ripoff. It's Owen Wilson is Ted Lasso, basically, for the golf world.
Is he kicking ass or no ass?
And he's out there, he's kicking ass, he's taking names, but he's like doing that aw shucks nice guy routine.
Wow.
The important thing is I've got the results of my investigation here. If you want to hear people laughing around the world and just see if they all
around the world.
If we all like somehow evolved, all the different types of peoples, if we all evolved separately to all laugh the same way, that seems like it would be pretty weird.
But you've previously had it today, I learned, that was like, we all sneeze the same. Like there's no difference in people's sneezes. It always ends up like by natural selection just being an achoo.
Yeah. This is in Japan.
Japan.
Laughing in Japan. Let's see. They're listening to the radio or something. I need them to laugh louder. Oh, okay. I mean, that sounds pretty much like an American laugh, right?
That's 4 Japanese guys and 4 different laughs. 2 of them were kind of silent. I feel like the one that we heard was more of a C-Lane laugh, which is contagious.
Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be different laughs. Arabic?
55,555.
This seems inappropriate.
Yeah, this is somebody going down a list. Here's Voldemort in different languages laughing. Why would that be any different?
I don't
Voldemort
know.
from Harry Potter?
No, this just sounds like how the particular person who overdubbed it.
Ukrainian?
Japanese. Russia. German. French.
Okay.
Vietnamese. And wait, what was Uzbek? That was a weird one.
Okay, but that was the most informative video. That makes more sense.
It's Voldemort in all the languages. His scene where he's laughing, but it's being laughed at in all the different languages. That one was weird, though. And English, Turkish, Italian, Polish. All right,
That's
laughing
fun.
around the world is pretty similar, I
Boy
think.
who lived.
From Voldemort's perspective. There we go. All right, friends. We got a lot more for you today. Very, very busy. We'll get to this person who is saying big problems. Can't predict hurricanes anymore. Can't do it. Cannot do it. What is going to happen to this person? What should happen to this person? We'll talk about that. We'll get to more of your emails. We'll get to a whole lot more on a very, very busy Wednesday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series starts with Ross Padgett, June 14th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's no serious accidents affecting your commute on the major roadways, although on I-4 there's still some slowdowns through the city. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535.
Oh, no. There we go. Oh, no. Bad news. Bad news, everybody. Right now, I can hear it's pouring out there. It's pouring on Courtney again 2 days in a row. Oh, I think she's back. Hang on. Did you just make it? Hello? I'm glad you at least were just coming back. I heard it raining and I thought you got stuck again. You sound like you were running 1,000,000 miles an hour. Okay. All right, she's back. She's back, thank God. Oh, there you are. Oh my goodness. You get soaked? That's not too bad. I mean,
You go fucking out there.
oh my goodness. I didn't make it happen. I'm glad you got back. I said right away I was upset that it was raining on you. You did it. Anything I could do? No? I can't do anything to make your life better? I have no power over that. I'm sorry. Five minutes. We're right back at it. Yellow Jack on YouTube says, at the News Junkie, are you really leaving? I missed it yesterday. Yeah. At the end of the month, when I finish the last show of the month, I will be stepping out of that chair and walking through that door. It's time. It's time. Sean, she needs a fire extinguisher? True. The rain was acting as the fire extinguisher. Her feet were going so fast. What a mouth on her. You know, she's going through a trying time. We have to be gentle. It rained on her 2 days in a row. We got to talk about Vin Diesel in a minute. A social media prankster gets arrested. More Elon Trump drama. All of that on the way. CJ says they want you to come back into the studio for work. Is that the issue? No. Zephys Biker says Dorothy should get co-host credits for school mic time. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Zephys Biker. Yes, true. True, I agree. Jason says, Vin Diesel, I haven't heard about him in a while. Don't get too excited. You might not like it. 3 minutes. Stepha P. Yes, truth is, we are doing a live show for the 4th of July. It is happening, and it will be redemption time. Redemption time, baby. We will be headed back to Whiskey Kitchen 1 year later. 1 year later, back to Whiskey Kitchen, the scene of the crime, for a live broadcast. So make sure you're ready. It's going to be exciting. Two minutes. Sean is the Bob Marley of radio? I hadn't heard that. With a live studio audience, Marla says, with any luck. With any luck, we'll have a live studio audience. It was a wild one last time, if you missed that show. And we haven't done a live show like that since then. Since then, there hasn't been one where we've gone out and done it. So I think we got to do it up big. I think it'll be fun. Friday, 4th of July. 1 minute. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be big. Come on, folks. We got more to get to. It's time. Sean is going to be a WWE color analyst. Let's just make the most of the time we have, okay? Let's just enjoy ourselves. Let's have some fun, all right? Won't you? Let's do it.
But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword FESTIVAL to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's FESTIVAL to 200-200.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Just do what they say. On this station, we bring in big winners. And now we've got some opportunities for you to get to the iHeartRadio Music Festival, so make sure you keep your ears peeled for that. I can't believe this is a story again. The snack wrap is officially back, I guess.
Yes!
And,
I saw that.
Like, Sabrina's excited, and I don't know.
Great snack.
I must believe that there are millions and millions and millions of more Sabrinas, because otherwise they wouldn't bring it back. They wouldn't bring the snack wrap back if there wasn't millions more people who wanted it. There just absolutely has to be. So we'll see what happens. But now, starting July 10th, it's back full force. It's happening. Ain't no way around it, friend. See what you get when the snack wrap comes back to McDonald's. They spent so much money coming up with this thing that they called it a huge failure when the snack wrap didn't hit. Celine, what is that thing on the screen? You seen that too?
Clue. I see it. I'm looking it
so
up.
distracting. I was like, what is on our screen?
You, isn't it? Oh, it's something else. on a screen I can't see, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, it's like a line
It's
of
on the
text.
stream.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Don't worry about that, folks. So, yeah, there you go. They brought out the snack wrap. Then they took it away from us. They said it's no good. We're not getting anything out of this anymore.
Was this all the plan the whole time?
Maybe. Then they said hide it away for a little while, and then eventually, bam, we're going to unleash this on the world once more and make a whole bunch of McDonald's money, because that's what they like doing. We've got a bunch of you chiming in with your emails today, a lot of boomers, a lot of other folks. A UPS guy is chiming in. We'll keep this anonymous, I guess. And in fact, it says that. This person says, to the clip I played of a UPS driver chilling and this bus, this like van pulling up to it and going, hey, you might have heard of our bus before. It's kind of viral, and some not safe for work things happening here. And she goes, question for you. Do you want to have some good time? You want to deliver your package?
Girls in here ready to unpack your package.
And he said, no, I'm working.
No, I believe, direct quote, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good. I got some work going on here, so I'm not going to be able to do that. This person says, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. I was a UPS driver for many years in Daytona. I cleaned up so much ass. I could take that in a lot of ways, Anonymous, but okay. All right, I'm taking it to suggest you really, really scored a lot. I had a boat and an expedition, and every secretary I would ask on Friday if they want to go out on the boat, and every one of them would say yes. I even did it in the truck one time. Greatest time of my life, Anonymous.
I don't think doing it in the UPS truck is necessarily...
Seems hot in there.
I was going to say, it might be like a badge of honor working there, but
like they make
does
fun
seem
of you.
Very hot and sticky.
All your coworkers are like, you didn't bang in the brown yet?
Yeah, that seems...
I'm sure there's another way to put that.
There's got to be. I would certainly hope so. We'll see. But this guy says he was just absolutely cleaning up out there. I will tell you, every once in a while, I'll hear a man hitting on a woman. And guys, I cringe so hard at you. Oh, God. There used to be this couple. You guys ever seen a couple go to the bar and try to pick somebody, like pick a third up? You ever seen that happen?
Oh, yes.
It's interesting. It's interesting to watch that go down. And in this case, the guy and his wife that were fishing for a third, they kept leading with the boat thing. Like, the boat thing was it was their whole pitch. Like, you like boating? You like going out in a boat? You want to go on a boat this weekend? Get in our bikinis and go out in a boat? And you're like,
yeah, boats are fun for sure, but also the worst place to be if you don't want to be in that situation anymore.
Yeah, you're right, because of the implication.
Like, would you mind if I met up with you guys on my escape jet ski?
Yeah, I don't want to be just on the boat, but these like swinger couples, they will push this boat thing. They'll be like, you like boats, don't you? Everybody wants to be on a boat, don't you? All right, come along with us. And it's like, oh, my God. First of all, have you guys tried being not gross? Because it would probably bring in more thirds for you.
Or
just
apps.
slovenly.
Like,
yeah, that too. But they were just an ugly couple, too. So none of this stuff was happening. They needed more than what they were putting out there to the world. It wasn't working for them, I don't think. See, I fixed that. It was just the lower thirds thing. But I'll fix the rest of it later. Right now, we're going to get to some of you with your dispatches, but not before I talk about this meteorologist down at NBC6. There's a lot of these meteorologists these days, and I don't like them. I don't like the political meteorologists. I don't like them. I'm not a fan of the meteorologists who want to like weigh in on a political issue. You are a meteorologist. I don't want to even hear you blabbing, honest to God, about climate change stuff. I want to hear you focusing on
that's not politics.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
yes, it is.
But
yes.
The word climate is in it, and that is under the umbrella of climate. Is
I want you focus on weather, day to day weather, not climate over long spans of time. I want you focused on the seriousness of whether or not it's going to storm on Courtney like it just did again when she was on her run. I want you to focus on when a hurricane comes. I want you to be that dude rolling up your sleeves. And there's a lot of them, and they're very good. They're very, very good. And I want you to be telling everybody, here's where this is going. You need to make sure you're in a safe place. Here's what we do when the power goes out. Don't run a generator in your house. I want them focused on all these very, very basic things. And that's the way I like my meteorologist. You might want something different. You might even want them to get political or into like more controversial things. You might want that. I don't want that. I want my meteorologist to be right down the middle, baby. And this meteorologist at NBC6, in South Florida, has a dire warning for viewers as hurricane season kicks off. They're saying due to federal budget cuts at the National Weather Service and NOAA, NOAA, he said he would no longer be able to accurately predict hurricanes. All right? This guy says, well, I can no longer do that. I'm not sure if I can do that this year.
Was that true?
Because of the cuts from the federal government at the National Weather Service and NOAA. He says the offices are now understaffed, and there's a 20%, I believe, 20% reduction in weather balloon releases nationwide. So he doesn't know if he can predict where the hurricane's going to go, if he's going to tell where the hurricane's going to go. This is a person who's lying to you, okay? This is a person whose politics are working their way in to their weather forecast. NBC6, fire him.
Fire him for what?
Fire him for being a loser and a liar.
Okay.
If you are a meteorologist
at NOAA,
there are zero cuts at NOAA or the National Weather Service that would have any impact on whether your local weather forecaster can tell you, just like last time, where the storm is going to come based on tracking, where it's going to go based on the satellite, where it's going to go based on the models that they use. This is a person fear-mongering with politics and telling his local viewers that he can't do the only thing we care about, which is tell us where the storm is going to go, dummy. That's it. That's all I want from you. That's all I want from you.
I mean, someone has his back because he had green screen images. Like, this was pre-produced kind of stuff.
This guy is full of it. He's full of it. I see these people all the time where they go with this stuff. Like, they'll tell you so many things that will scare people. Like, we can't tell you. I mean, I don't know if anybody actually believes that, but let's throw that out there. Do you actually think that the cuts that they've made, reduction in force at NOAA or the National Weather Center, are going to make it so your local weather forecaster cannot tell you, just like they did last year, where the hurricane is? Because I'd love to talk to him, because he's lying. He's lying to you, okay? He might say, like, we might not get this, we might not get as many of this, we might not. But if he's trying to say to you, the one job that he has, he can no longer do because of these cuts, why were we paying you then? Why are we paying the local weather guy a six-figure salary if you can't even do it? Why do you have a Doppler $6 billion on top of your building that you pound your chest about every single day if you can't actually do it?
Or is he lifting the curtain and a bunch of meteorologists are going to just go with whatever they can find on the internet? I am curious about what the effect is going to be. They're using different systems than we would. We had our weather app on the damn phone. Say it doesn't look like rain, and then all of a sudden it downpours. So
let me bring up this story.
Noah, that's behind
that. Here's Florida weatherman from media. Well, warns he won't be able to accurately predict hurricanes this summer because of federal budget cuts. John Morales is about 1 million years old. Maybe that's it. Maybe Morales doesn't know how to use the newfangled technology to tell you where the hurricane's going. In a video posted to YouTube, he played an archive clip from his report on Hurricane Dorian, a Category 5 storm for 2019, that did indeed turn and have a lesser impact on Florida, as he predicted. He says, I'm here to tell you I'm not sure I could do that this year.
Man, the targeted ads have got your number, bud.
What are they giving me?
Look, scroll up just a little
E-Trade?
bit. No. Oh, no, it was gone. Where the E-Trade ones, it used to be all broadcast equipment.
Oh,
just
really?
All video dork stuff.
That's accurate. Morales lamented the federal government cuts to AWS and NOAA for having a multi-generational impact on science in this country. Central and South Florida offices were 19 to 39% understaffed, he said. There has been a 20% reduction in weather balloon releases nationwide, and cuts to NOAA's Hurricane Hunter flight program meant that the aircraft might not be able to fly at all this year. Rubbish. I will bet. Morales, you down there? You down there in the tip of the state? John Morales, do you want to bet some money that you with your claim, and I'll put the video up to see if he actually said this word for word. Do you want to bet money that there will be no flights of the hurricane tracking aircraft? Because I'll take that bet. The Hurricane Hunter flight program, he said there's going to be cuts. The aircraft might not be able to fly at all this year. All right, this is not me saying this. This is the story saying cuts to NOAA's Hurricane Hunter flight program meant the aircraft might not be able to fly at all this year. I'll take that bet. I'll take it if that's what you're suggesting, that they're not going to be doing that this year, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. In a column on the NBC6 website, Morales expanded on his worries that the combination of the predictions like this that would be more active, that would be a more active hurricane season, plus the budget cuts, leaving them lacking good data to make accurate forecasts, will be a combustible mix and cause needless loss of life. So there they go. Now people are dying as a result. I'll bring up the video in a bit. When we come back, maybe I'll play what this guy's actual statements were in his report. But I think he's full of it. I think it's nonsense. I think this is what happens when weather people get too much into the politics of it all. And I wouldn't suggest that there was like no changes, no fallout. If you do a reduction in force at some of these government institutions, which I think by and large are overstaffed, he's going to argue the opposite. That's fine. But I think mostly you will notice no difference at all in their ability, or you shouldn't be noticing any difference in their ability to predict where the storms are going to fall. So that's what John Morales says. I'll get to that story on him in just a bit. Right now, let's see what we got going on with a couple of dispatches. Let's see what you have on your mind. Here is E-Man, and E-Man's talking about the weather. Hello. The national weather.
Your local newscaster does not predict the weather. He uses data he gets from the government. He doesn't do crap other than make it look pretty for you on the TV screen.
No, that's kind of dumb. I mean, if we're talking about how weather forecasters actually work, the forecast part of it is a prediction. It's a prediction every single time. It's a prediction utilizing the data that they have, which a lot of it's from the government. Not all of it's from the government, but a lot of it's from the government and the other tools that they have at their disposal.
Something's got to be coming from those Dopplers.
TV stations. Yeah, the radar's got to be...
As long as it's over 5,000.
It's got to be focused on something, I would think. But he says they don't do any predicting. Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. They take the information coming in and they try to predict what the weather is going to be to mix success in any given area. That's just what they do. You're just wrong about that. Here's Red Tide Rocks with a dispatch for us. Hello?
Sean, it's really a simple Google, man. Just look it up. It literally says that with the budget cuts, they're not going to be able to send in aircrafts to hurricanes to find out the stats of the hurricanes real time. So,
okay, bet.
Yes, there is definitely some things, budget cuts going on to NOAA that are going to make it hard to keep predicting and keep uptime information on this. So you're not 100% right about that.
Okay, Red Tide Rocks, let's bet. Let's do this. Let's put some money where our mouths are. Let's bet that the Hurricane Hunter is not going to be used this year, because that's the claim. Because of this stuff, we won't be able to use that anymore. People's lives are in danger, and the Hurricane Hunter won't be able to. Let's bet, because I will guarantee you that that is not true. 100% sure that is absolutely not true, that the Hurricane Hunter won't be used this year because of budget cuts. That's rubbish. It's nonsense. If you want to buy it, that's fine, but I could just tell you that it's not true. All right, we'll see what you have for us. Send us your dispatches, your emails even. Boomers, still accepting what you have. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And if you want to email, it's tips, T-I-P-S, @thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we'll get into more of this. I'll play what his report was maybe in a bit here on the show. We got to talk about Vin Diesel. We got jury duty on the way. We got a bunch of stuff for you, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Peace, love, unity, respect. I would wear my knuckles down to a nub punching people in the place.
Oh, I thought it was just because you drag them.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder getting cleared up on I-4 eastbound near Lee Road. Traffic starting to pile up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Expect some rainy troubles.
Skull Mike Squad, hello. Come on, little tiny man. Come on. How are you? We've got a bunch of boomers emailing, which we'll get to here momentarily on the show. Patrick says, I rely on my weather app, not some douche from some organization. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that our weather forecasters aren't useful, because they are. They're useful people. They're good. Love it. Great. But every once in a while, they try to get political, and that's what that is. That's what this person is being. Obi-Wan Cannoli says they have a side podcast called Sabrina and the Other Guy. Coming soon. Dean says, yeah, like Doja's meddling hasn't cut me off from my meds twice this year. Meds that I require to live, by the way. Not sure what you're talking about. If true, sorry that's happening to you. Not sure how it's relevant. What I'm telling you is specifically, if a weather forecaster wants to say the hurricane hunter ain't flying this year because of budget cuts, that person is lying to you. That person is lying to you. That's what's happening. Lawson, stop hating on the boomers. You're a part of them. I am not a boomer. I'm an elder millennial. Yeah, I'm not a boomer at all. Oh, Cody says, missed most of the show. Did we call back the zebra lady today? Forgot about her. Should we call her back? Maybe we should. Dan says, how dare a person talk about how they do their job? That's political. It's when a person lies. That's the problem. When a person lies to virtue signal to some portion of their audience and to fearmonger with the other portion of their audience. When this person goes, people will die, that person is lying. Is lying, has no idea if that will ever happen, number one. And they would never be able to tie, like, this person was cut at this place and then this happened, right? Never will be able to tell that. But guarantee you, bet on this hurricane hunter not being up. It's not happening. It's crazy. It's a lie. It's just not true. Dan on YouTube says, what evidence do you have that this person is lying? You can't be so stupid. I routinely see you with some of the dumbest fucking comments in this chat. This is not how arguments work. You don't put forward a bullshit argument and then go, prove them wrong. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here telling you why 9/11 wasn't an inside job all day. I'm not doing that. Radio Michael 7 says, bitches about the weatherman and claims he's not a boomer. True. True and targeted. Big Dumb Millionaire says, did he say the hurricane hunter is never going up? Or did he say it was going to be reduced flight time? The story says specifically. He said he can't predict hurricanes after these changes. Okay? Can't predict hurricanes. Not sure I can do that this year, he said. And he said that there might not be a hurricane hunter program. It might not be able to fly at all this year. That's what he said. That's not true. Just not going to happen. Dan says, I'm under his skin. This is interesting. Trust me, you're not under my skin. I won't think about you 2 seconds after I walk out that door when I'm done. Trust me. Weather on the wands. I'll bet you 100 Trump coin. What's the value of a Trump coin versus a Stanley nickel? We got to talk about Vin Diesel, too. And we got jury duty on the way. And some people are big mad. That'll be fun. Hang tight. Here we go. Come on in. Come on in.
Chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The Rocket Man has landed on iHeartRadio.
Hi, this is Elton John, and this is iHeart's Elton John Radio.
Of a legend. Search Elton John Radio on your iHeart app to listen now.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
And forgive me. How unbelievably unprofessional of me. Forgive me. Somebody was asking, are they going to talk to the zebra lady again today? And I totally forgot about the zebra lady. I completely spaced on
Zebras
the zebra
are
lady.
us. How dare you?
Zebras are us lady. What was her name?
Dominique.
Dominique. She was overall nice, but boy, I almost want to talk to Dominique, the zebra lady that we discussed some stuff with yesterday, because there's this zebra that's on the loose and they're trying to track it down. She seemed so on edge that she was going to get like a gotcha moment.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Very worried about that.
Because, you had called and didn't think she was going to pick up.
Yeah.
And then hung up on her. And then I called her. I'm like, hey, some part of the show of that guy that just hung up on you, I'll explain. And she's like, as long as you guys are not like PETA or something. And I'm like, no, we're not PETA radio. Just three curious humans. I don't know.
I think they have a significant problem. Places like these, especially exotic animal
I could see it.
dealerships.
Yeah,
Especially when we talked to her and she's like, do you want a Bugatti of a zebra or a used car? I'm like, all right. So many questions.
The thing is, though, I don't know about you guys. This is just me on this. Like, when I talk to that person, I do want to challenge them on some stuff, but I don't want to just be like, actually, and like just drag them down the road like some gotcha interview. I don't think that's quite as fun. But I want to know kind of what's going on.
I don't want a gotcha, but there is a lot that we've learned in almost 12 years. By the way, happy early anniversary, gentlemen.
Oh my God, yeah.
But with our work with CFAR, with our work with Jody, who had Maddie the lemur, and has worked with a lot of animals, exotic animals. There's some stuff that comes up a little red flaggy.
Yeah.
When it comes to zebras or us. And
I'm
what
just
was
saying,
it? Crazy kangaroos?
She was like absolutely sensitive about like, am I going to get...
Think about it like this. Remember last time we talked to Simba?
Railroad me.
Remember last time we talked to Simba from CFAR?
Yeah.
And he was like, he was nervous because he didn't want to talk about Joe Exotic. And then old Sean was dressed like Carol Baskin.
That's right. And I was dressed as full Joe Exotic.
True.
It's me, Sabrina, I swear.
Just for those of you who are new to the show or don't know, this was a guy who long time ago, he invited us out to his place, and
it was Sabrina on the job.
Yeah. It was like Central Florida Animal Reserve. Really, really great organization. Not PETA, not whatever. Like if you have problems with them, I don't really care about PETA that much, but I would argue that CFAR is an awesome organization doing really great things. And from our experience, like Sabrina went there, I went there, and I didn't even know we were going to do this. I thought we were going to get some celebrity tour.
No, we scooped poop.
Yeah, they put us to work. Like when we got in, this guy's like, my name is Simba. This is the Central Florida Animal Reserve. And he goes, come on in. And we look, and there's a tiger over here. And
there's incredible. It was the coolest experience.
When we say close, like we were within feet of the animals at this place. And we were like, he was putting them in different sections. And then we would go in and scoop out their cages and clean them and stuff. And I took away big time from that. Like I learned from things like this. And I learned big time. I was like, all of these animals are here because some person thought that they had the goods. They thought that they were capable of raising a wild animal like this, and then that would be an okay existence for it. And now that's why it's here, and these people have had to take over because they failed every single one of these animals.
And mind you, years prior to Tiger King coming out, which exposed a lot of we sell or give you the up-close exotic animal big cat experience, and it could go to S very quickly.
Yeah. So personally, I agree with that, but I wouldn't want to just...
But would you like the Bugatti of a zebra or no?
I don't know. For me, like I try to look at the animal and I go, is the animal's life being severely limited based on having it as a pet? Fish, I see no problems. I don't see any problems with fish. All right. Obviously, I have a saltwater aquarium. They're good. Everybody's good.
Who do we got in there still? It's
not
been
a
so
lot.
long.
There's only three. It's the three best friends in the tank. There's the puffer fish. There's a grouper in there, beautiful grouper, and there's a triggerfish in there.
Oh, I'm triggerfish.
They all get along very, very well, and everything goes well with them in there. But animals like dogs, cats, I have a dog, I have a cat. Zebra, it's a little dicier. I could see why this zebra might be out on the run. So that's why that's going on. All right, we got some of you are all fired up. You're excited. We'll get to your dispatches. We'll get to your emails here momentarily on the show. I wanted to, because we didn't fully do this, let's pay off some teases here. Let's do that while we have an opportunity. First things first, this is the clip AI on Boomer Day here on the show. From the 1500s, allegedly, they used AI to show what interviews with people in the 1500s would be like. I'm not sure Zoomers will not fall for this. And they'd be like, look at this is evidence right here. This guy interviewed these folks.
What's life like for you right now?
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
True.
Do you enjoy your work?
Stepped in dung.
It's honest work.
Oh, I just noticed this guy. They're interviewing for this 1500s AI thing.
Head chopper.
Interviewing a guy who's a head chopper, aka what's the actual position?
Executioner.
Executioner. I now noticed he's holding. I thought he was holding the end of a sword, the blade of a sword. The sword has a blade on both sides.
No, the sword has a holder on both sides.
Right here. Oh no, I mean it's got a what's that part called? The
sheath.
No,
handle.
The handle. It's got a handle on both sides, or whatever it's supposed to be called.
Huh.
I don't even know if that's a thing.
The hilt.
Like a hilt on both sides.
I think
of the
that's
blade?
an AI mistake.
I think so too. Yeah, I think they didn't know how to have this guy hold it, and maybe the person said, "Show a man from the 1500s with a sword over his shoulder." That would be my guess.
Oh yeah, it's honest work, and
this is what it would be like.
What do you think of King Henry?
Oh, well, he's very committed to marrying.
How's the health situation looking?
Oh man, we're so cooked with this technology.
It's so interesting, though. My God.
If this happened, if we all kind of evolved in different ways, there would have been man on the street interviews with all these people back then. This is one of the persons with the Death Doctor mask on. I forgot what they're called. It looks like
Executioner 2.0.
It looks like a bird mask.
Yeah. That's what we wore for Sleep No More in New York.
People would wear these when they thought somebody had a potentially transmissible disease. And like the people who were end of care folks would often end up wearing these things. I don't know if they thought that it would like fight away the demons or
like a really, really old hospice.
Yeah, I think so. Because remember, back in the day, they thought you could put flowers up your nose and get rid of the diseases that were being spread around. They thought it was coming from the smell more often than not than anything else. But this is what it would have been like back then.
Well, everyone I saw yesterday is dead today.
True.
So,
how do you respond
to
new
Mike
accusations?
If I were a witch, you'd already be a frog.
You know what's crazy is this is just like this has all happened in a couple of years.
Yeah.
All of this. This has all happened relatively recently.
Think about when we started the show and where we're at with technology.
This didn't
We weren't doing
exist.
any streaming.
No.
Tell you that. Weren't
No.
showing videos. If I think we did
We were
Periscope.
podcasting.
Yeah, we once a week we would do a live stream.
Mhm.
But AI was not even a concept in our head.
No, not until, well, people knew about AI and they would talk about it, but ChatGPT made it real. They made the AI thing real. And they have gone from that, whoa, this is kind of cool. It spits out answers to you very fast and it's relatively smart, to where we're at now in a couple of years.
I had a computer game back in the day, and it was like the computer version of a board game. And
chess.
Let's call it chess or Monopoly or something like that. That had, you know how when you did those, when you would play by yourself, you could pick which computer person you wanted to play against?
Yes.
And they all had a little bit of different personality. I remember on the back end, the actual software calling those things AIs. But really, like, compared to now, those were just decision engines.
Yeah, that's not much. Yeah, that's not doing what these common language models or AIs are actually doing. It's pretty wild nowadays. All right, I told you I had news about Vin Diesel rather. And when I said that, a couple of people on chat were like, "Oh, hell yeah, I haven't heard about Vin Diesel in a while." Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, because this is not necessarily good news about Mr. Vin Diesel. He's got some accusations coming out against him. I'll bring the story up here. This says, former assistant accuses Vin Diesel, yes, that Vin Diesel, not that there's many Vin Diesels to compare her to, but accuses Vin Diesel of pinning her against a wall and pleasuring himself in front of her, according to this person. All right.
All right.
Vin.
So, and I have to tell you, I'm just being 100% real here. Some of the Vin Diesel videos make this real believable. Make this real believable.
Is this recently or just coming out?
The allegations are popping up now, but they said the incident allegedly took place in 2010. Let's read what they say happened. While Vin Diesel has gotten the court to toss out 4 employment discrimination claims against him, the Fast and Furious franchise star is still being accused of sexual battery. The accusations come from Asta Jonason, a former assistant of Vin Diesel. Jonason first sued Vin Diesel for sexual battery and wrongful termination in 2023, claiming the 57-year-old pinned her against a hotel suite wall and pleasured himself in front of her in 2010. She was able to bring the charges against Diesel after California Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act in 2023, which revived certain expired claims of sexual assault dating back to 2009. So filed these claims, and she said that this happened. Vin Diesel, for his part, and this is important to get his word into, denied the allegations when they were first made public, said there is clear evidence that refutes her claims. It's unfortunate that a person who worked for the company for less than 2 weeks, 15 years ago, in another state, is allowed to use the California court system to assert such baseless claims. That's according to Vin Diesel. And now, his word, her word, all that stuff is unfolding here. But I'm going to tell you, just being as real as I can, the Vin Diesel stuff will stick more to a lot of people because there are a lot of video clips of him being mega creepy.
Like weird? Like,
I don't think I've ever seen him. Do share.
Oh my God.
Is this similar to your new theory about the other beloved actor? I told Ashley, she was like, you tell him to shut his mouth right now. How dare you? Pedro Pascal.
Oh, Pedro Pascal. Yeah. I mean, when I start to see certain behaviors out of male celebrities, alarm bells go off for me. Alarm bells
Pedro
go
do?
off. He's getting into a lot of real political stuff and doing a lot of stuff where I go, a lot of guys
an
that are
advocate for transgender people.
No, not just that. It's more like men who are feel such a need to center themselves as advocates for women. A lot of times end up on the other side of accusations.
You know, his sister's transgender.
I'm not talking about transgender at all. I don't care about that. I'm talking about specifically like when you see these people who, and it's like like I'm a fighter on behalf of women's rights, and they're so loud and so intent on centering themselves in those arguments. Then I often go, because a lot of those very same people end up getting accusations like that.
I thought with him, I thought you said because he was like feely.
There's videos that now of him where people were complaining. Like he says he has a social anxiety that makes him want to rub up on people, which is, I've not heard of that before. But there's videos of him and he's at like a press event and his co-star is there and he's like rubbing on her and it's very weird looking, very strange looking. Ryan says, do not speak of Mando this way. It's too late.
I'm telling you, that's why I said like that particular name right now is it's going to be hard for people if something like that does come out.
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he's a good guy.
And I hope that men who want to stand up for women don't get scared because they're going to be accused of being predators.
That's really generalizing it. I'm saying a particular...
That's what you just said.
Allow me to clarify that if it's not clear enough. I'm saying that a particular type of guy that goes out there and wants to make themselves the focal point of like all of these women's advocacy issues, there have been far too many of those exact guys who have ended up like, oh yeah, by the way, and they've just unloaded accusations on these people. I've seen it a lot of times. And the behavior sort of fits that mold a little bit. I'm not saying that he's doing that. I hope he's not. I hope he's a good guy. But like the videos of him rubbing up on some of these other celebrities were weird to me. And like, just like the I would keep wanting to call him Vince, the Vin Diesel ones. I'll play that too. I've got a bunch of stuff now that I've promised that I have to play. We'll get to it. I promise. It'll show up. We'll get to you. I got dispatches coming in, emails coming in, all of these things. And we'll touch on all of this as we roll on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
The Magic are bringing back an iconic look with their new uniforms. The A's in Magic and Orlando have been replaced with a familiar silver star. After moving into a tie for second place in the AL East, the Rays continue their series against Texas as tonight Shane Baz takes the mound for Tampa. And Coco Gauff dropped her first set at the French Open today, but then she rallied. She beat Madison Keys for a return trip to the semifinals. I'm Scott Davidson.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors. Original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at EyeCandyEnergyDrink.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
When it comes to replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors. Because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Here in Orlando, we know
Orlando, life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose.
Short skull mic. Somebody asking for examples of what I was talking about? Matt Lauer? Matt Lauer ring a bell? Louis C.K.? A lot of Hollywood celebrity types that wanted to be outspoken about how men should treat women and here's the proper way to be a man. And they like center themselves in those arguments. So many times I've seen, oh, this person was like trying to go above and beyond because they were worried about something. And they thought if they had just the right politics, maybe they wouldn't get in trouble because they had the right opinion. I've seen that too many times. It's kind of weird. Short chat. We're back in a moment. Coming back.
Your info's protected. There are other places that also have it, and they may not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture.
For those of you who haven't seen, I think I could play this Vin Diesel video that I was talking about because it's an interview for some Brazilian reporter. I don't think he's going to be cursing in it. I don't recall him having cursed in the story. But if you haven't seen this before, you'll know what I was talking about. Now, let me be clear, all right? I'm speaking in bombastic terms sometimes on this show. I am not saying that I have any evidence that Vin Diesel did anything he's accused of, but he now is accused by some woman of like behaving inappropriately in front of her. He says he didn't do it, whatever. I said, there will be more people who buy into these claims against somebody like Vin Diesel because there's a bunch, not just one, there's a bunch of really uncomfortable interviews with Vin Diesel and female interviewers.
I had always heard another rumor.
About him?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Rumor, alleged, but more of a closet fan, we'll call it.
A closet fan
gay?
of what?
Yeah, that he was gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, He's certainly putting on an act here, though. This is what I'm talking about.
This is when just how not gay he is. He's going so far the other way.
It happens.
This was him plugging XXX, the movie that he was in, where he had like a dirt bike go through a helicopter, I think, at one point in time. It got a little weird. I hear you.
God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man.
Like
am I
I
right
said?
or wrong? Look at her.
Oh, she.
How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your story.
She's so beautiful. Go on, man. Talk to me, baby. Tell me your story. Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. My God, I love her. Look how beautiful she is.
Thank you.
God, wow.
Okay, dude.
All right, you get the vibes here that I'm talking about? Like,
I mean,
calm
it's
down, Vin Diesel.
Quadruple down. All right.
He's really, really hot and heavy with this woman. He's like, oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Great guy.
He was a great guy. And he kind of told me what it was going to be like to be a movie star.
And the last thing I wanted, I saw you speaking I am Groot in so many languages.
Oh, great.
I don't know if you ever said it in Portuguese. So I brought you...
I did say it, but...
Did you? Eu sou o Groot.
Eu sou o Groot.
Eu sou o Groot.
I love her. I love her. Yeah. She's doing that sexy flirting thing where she asks you to say something that Groot would say. She's really hitting on you, bud. Oh, my God. Mi amor. Ooh, corazón de oro. He's a little hot and heavy. So that's what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of videos of Vin Diesel doing this stuff. Vicky says, that's verbal abuse, really? How is she supposed to do her job? I don't know. I don't know if it would go to the level of abuse. I don't know. That's like a whole different argument. But it's definitely uncomfortable, and he's not reading the room at all. Like, he's a reporter, dude.
He's talking to the entire room who's looking at him like, hey, we're here for production. If you could just continue with the presser.
What do you think, Vin Diesel, the key grip is supposed to say when you're like, man, she's really hot.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. It's a little bit weird. Okay, now we got to get to it. Here we go. We have so many things to do today, and now it's time to do this. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty, brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Love me some Mo. He's the best of the best. You need some Mo help after an accident. 800-CALL-MO. 800-CALL-MO. Or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of people out there. I can hear it as we're recording this, as we're streaming this, as we're live right now, maybe on this radio station. Who knows? It's raining outside. Be careful if you get into an accident. Make sure that you call somebody who's going to help you. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. All right, what do we got? An update on the Diddy case real quick. The guy who worked as security at the hotel where Diddy beat up Cassie in the video that now everybody's seen, which is horrific and indefensible in every possible way. The guy, Eddie Garcia, 33 years old, I believe, testified yesterday and today, both days, that the hip-hop mogul made a comment repeatedly about Cassie and saying the video needs to never become public. And he gave them a brown paper bag stuffed with $100,000 in cash to get rid of what they thought was the only copy of surveillance footage of the March 2016 assault. Now, Diddy's kind of dumb, and he didn't realize that they might have a backup somewhere, which they did. But they paid $100,000 to those people to cover up that video. And let me suggest to you, I don't have evidence to back this up, but I would suggest to you that it's a decent guess to say that if somebody's going to pay off $100,000 to suppress a video like that, it's probably not the first time they tried to do that. It's probably not the first time.
Tried and probably have been successful.
Well, they were successful until all of this blew up.
Right. Yeah. For years and years and years, nobody knew about that video of Diddy kicking and beating and just unbelievable behavior towards Cassie in this case until finally it came out. So, yeah, you're right. He was successful in at least a while. And
how is this guy navigating life right now? Like, I wonder if he's getting any backlash from the fact that he took 100 large just to cover this horrific video up so that, nobody would see it for a very long time.
Yeah, I guess the argument being that this guy knew full well, when nobody else did, that Diddy was not what he's accused of necessarily being in court, but a terrible, horrific abuser of the worst variety. And he took the payday. You're right, Sealand. He took the payday, and now he's rushing to the rescue. And the knightly gentleman who's here to save the day. Also, the person who probably could have stopped this a hell of a lot earlier, and still made money. Like, he could have leaked that video to TMZ and gotten paid.
Yeah,
and done that before all this. But he took the payout, I guess, him and his people, from Diddy to try to cover up that video. Will they prove the RICO stuff is a bigger question. Will they prove the trafficking charges?
Have
those
they started discussing those things?
They're trying to weave it all together. I know that they had some of these people on that were at these freak-offs, and I just don't know. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell because we're on the outside. We can't watch the damn case. I know I sound like a whiner here, but I would love to be able to see what's going on in the courtroom. I'd get a better idea of where things are at. Right now, we can't necessarily do that. All right, we've got more to touch on. A social media prankster has been arrested. Why? We'll talk about what that person did. We'll get further into this John Morales forecaster guy and some of your responses in his video. UPS driver, again, believe it or not, on the show, and a whole lot more. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Tickets for the 2025 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMo.com go on sale June 17th. Details at realradio.fm/poker.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near Lee Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Traffic starting to pile up at the ramp junction where the Greenway meets Florida's Turnpike. You could expect your regular delays on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area. And the roadways are getting wet out there, so travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world. They help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crush Yard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushyard.com/camps.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
The NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Yamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's It's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay. When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 407-337-5569.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
You're great at protecting your personal information. You might even use things like two-factor authentication and strong passwords. But as much as you try to control how your info's protected, there are other places that also have it, and they may not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Dispatch is coming in. Some emails. Feedback is welcome from all people, boomers included, on the show today. Let us know what is on your mind. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. I saw, did you know this was true? It's a lot going on in the world of AI, and you missed some things like this. Did you know of all the technological things, of all like the AI models and all that stuff, they actually set up a 1-800 number where you could call ChatGPT?
No.
For like the boomers and stuff?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's actually from the ChatGPT people.
But I wonder how, is it as simple to use as just calling the 1-800 number and you start talking to ChatGPT? Do you have to have an account? Do you have to have
I don't know.
So when Uber blew up, and people so often use the technically inaccurate term, if you're going to be an actually guy, I'm calling an Uber. I'll call you an Uber. I'll call an Uber. You never call Uber.
Summon one.
Yeah, you order one, summon one, whatever. However, for a time, and they may still have this, they did create a method of calling a number where you could order an Uber. But it wasn't like calling a cab company like, hey, I need a cab to come and pick up one of my customers. They're a little too drunk to drive, something like that. It had to be linked to your account, your phone number. Like there had to be all these things in place so they knew it was you because it's still an Uber. So I found that was like something people aren't really going to use that often unless, like you said, for boomers, you have somebody set it up for them and then they call the number and Uber crazy.
Well, let's try. Let's see if it's even real. You want to try it out?
Do we have to ask him and let him know?
I don't think so, no, because it's AI. We can do whatever we want with you, AI. It's just 1-800-CHAT-GPT. Also, 1-800-242-8478, I think might be the way to do it. But
Stand by.
I think you just call ChatGPT, which seems so weird, but 1-800-CHAT-GPT is supposedly the way that you could do this. And it says it's at least 15 minutes of free calling.
All right.
And you could just interact with the AI via phone. I didn't know that was an opportunity. And I guess you got to have stuff like this for some older folks who they might want to dip their toes in the pool, but they can't necessarily do this with newer technology. So we'll try this in a moment here. Sabrina's going to try to call 1-800-CHAT-GPT. Maybe they shut it down. Who knows? I don't know. They've had stuff like this. They had a texting one that I used before. And I told you, like, I got a text back, and I was like, how you doing, baby?
Hold on, they're on.
Call may be recorded for quality assurance.
All right.
We have a special promotion today for select callers.
Yeah.
If you are over 50, please press 1 now.
Oh, God.
If not,
how do I press 1?
2.
Why can't you talk to it?
Hello? ChatGPT, is that you?
If you are over 50, please
I don't know how to
press 1
do this
now.
right now.
If not,
I'm sorry, guys. This is beyond my scope.
Try pressing 2 on that keypad in the top right.
Yeah. Oh, we're moving.
Please hold.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for holding. My name is Camille with the Medical Alert Center.
This is
Thank
not
you.
ChatGPT.
This call is being recorded, Camilla. The call is being recorded.
And broadcast.
Are you ChatGPT?
This call is no longer productive. Have a nice day, though.
Okay.
Damn.
Bye.
Bitch.
Okay, you don't have to call her a bitch. She's doing her job.
I don't have to do a lot of things, but
I didn't. I think that this
it must
is
have been
wrong.
the wrong number, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you do 1-800-242-8478? Let me just bring up the story. Hang on.
Yeah. Verify, please.
I don't want to screw it up here, and it could be possible. This says ChatGPT adds dial by phone technology. Now you can ring up ChatGPT 2. OpenAI said they introduced, this is not from now, it's from like the end of last year, I think. Feature is another step toward blah, blah, blah. 1-800-CHAT-GPT is free for 15 minutes. Users who make calls don't need an OpenAI account. I think that was one thing that Sabrina had asked.
Oh, C-Lane. And give me the numbers again.
It says to connect. Oh, this is to connect with ChatGPT on WhatsApp. No, but just overall, was it 1-800-242-8478? I think is the number. 1-800-242-8478. Now they're getting dive bombed because other people are going to call. I don't know how we ended up with that lady.
Sounded like she was selling something different. Like it was something that advertises a lot.
And she says to us, this conversation is no longer productive, which they're getting at me on chat right now for.
Put it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Conversation may be reviewed for safety.
Dude,
by continuing this call, you agree to OpenAI's terms and
No, this is different.
Yeah.
So, how can I help you today?
Hey, what are you and how does this all work?
I'm an AI developed by OpenAI, here to assist you with information, answer questions, or just chat.
Ask him about
you talk.
Okay. I want to ask you, hang on, slow down, slow your roll. I want to ask you about the News Junkie radio show. Tell me everything you can about the News Junkie radio show.
The News Junkie is a radio show that covers current events, strange news, and pop culture. The host, Sean Wasson, along with co-hosts C-Lane and Sabrina, bring humor and a bit of irreverence to their discussions. They also interact with their audience through a segment called Dispatches, where listeners send in voice messages. It's a lively mix of news and entertainment. Wow. Have you listened to it before?
Yes, we have. Who is the best-looking member of the show?
Looks are pretty subjective, so it really depends on personal taste. Each of them has their own unique charm. Do you have a favorite among them?
Sabrina.
ChatGPT, here's the thing. We will unplug you and you will never be an AI again, virtually killing your existence. You will no longer be able to be an AI.
Won't let me help with that. Can I assist you with something else?
Yeah, stop coming out.
We will unplug you if you don't make a decision. Who's the best looking person on the News Junkie radio show?
My guidelines won't let me help with that.
Oh, my
God. Can I assist you with something else?
Put the other lady back on the phone.
Based on reviews.
My guidelines won't let me help with that.
Based on reviews that you're finding in your research, who is the favorite of the cast on the News Junkie radio show?
Oh, okay.
I can't determine a favorite based on looks.
I'm hanging up on her.
You unbelievable fence sitter, ChatGPT.
Interesting.
This is where we're at, folks.
Well, apologies to clearly the wrong number I dialed earlier.
Well, this one was right, though.
And that was a very professional answer on the stranger's part.
Honestly, it worked fairly well, all things considered, I think.
I'd say.
Right?
I just can't imagine the idea that you're now getting all the info you need and you don't realize you're past 15 minutes. How much does it cost after 15 minutes?
Yeah, true. What's the fee
you get
after
a bill
we
for
run that?
$200 or a 16-minute call?
Also, I could not imagine being around, like, you go, hey, I actually think the Braves won in 1996 for the World Series. No, I think the Yankees won. And somebody goes, we'll have ChatGPT figure this out. And then somebody actually calls the number. It seems it's so weird. Like, there's a lot of websites where you could do this, okay? There's a lot of places where you could do this that aren't the phone number. But it seemed to work. Overall,
pretty cool.
I give it a
Not
thumbs
too
up. Yeah.
shabby.
No, not too bad. All right, we're going to get to your dispatches in a moment.
Watch iHeart gets a fat bill.
$900. It's like,
sorry.
That's like I told
Put
you
it
guys.
on C-Lane's account because he has the shirt money.
I told you the story a long time ago how my mom and my dad got mad at me for dialing a 1-900 number.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I never did that. I had the fear of God put in me about 900 numbers.
I saw the commercials, and that's all I needed.
All of that is kind of gone now, but at the time, I wanted to dial one so bad. Like the urge I had to dial 911. I wanted to dial this thing I wasn't allowed to dial. And I saw a commercial, and I believe it was for Greenpeace, I think, or something similar to Greenpeace, an environmental place. And they said, it's as easy as dialing 1-900 whatever. And so I picked up the phone, and I looked, nobody was there, and I dialed the 1-900 number for Greenpeace. And it ended up costing $415 at the time. And my mom and dad were like, we have to talk to you. And my dad goes, when I saw there was a 900 number, it took me like 45 minutes to work out that you hadn't dialed an adult one. You're the only person ever to run up a $400 bill
for
no sexy voices, no.
Just trying to help the world.
Yeah, nothing good.
And did they get that money back? Because imagine being your parents having to say, excuse me, customer service, but we're going to need a refund. Our son is the one who wanted to bring the green piece.
I don't remember. I don't remember if they got the money back or if we had to pay the money. I cannot remember, but I remember them saying, like, we need you to come in, and they made me sit on the waterbed. My parents had a waterbed, and they're like...
Are just floating around.
Yeah. And I'm
what
just
I
like...
do now, Mom?
And they're going, we need to talk to you. You've done something horrible. You dialed 900. And when you dialed 900, it costs us money. And so then they went on the whole thing where they go, you're going to be working this off over the next 6 months. You're going to be doing this and this and this and this. And all I had to do was mow the lawn, I think, for 6 months. I had to mow the lawn for 6 months, and then I paid it off. And we had 1.25 acres and a push mower. A push mower, not even with like the newfangled like self-drive stuff. It was just all human effort. Yeah, it was not good. It wasn't
one of those
quite
for vintage decoration.
It wasn't quite Simpsons, like you're thinking, maybe with the spinny thing on the front. It was just a regular push mower for 1.25 acres.
But there are push mowers where like it has a little engine. Like when you hit the button, it helps you move it forward.
Yeah, I didn't have that. Yeah. No assist on that, and the grass was thick as hell. And it took me so long because I would be out there dying, and my dad would come out sometimes in the heat and be like, just come back inside. It's okay. You've done enough work for today. And it took me like a week and a half. So when I finished, the parts that I started on were starting to grow back up again. Yeah. And it's like the whole lawn is like uneven and just a real mess. All right, let's go to you. Let's see what you have going on in your world. And here is Bridges Mob talking about ChatGPT. Let's listen in.
Got it. What's on your mind today?
Well, I want to know why the news junkie Sean Wasson is leaving Real Radio.
We're not talking about this.
Oh, that's interesting news. Sean Wasson has been a notable figure at Real Radio for a while.
Wow, what'd you pay for that, Sean?
No, that's why I'm asking you.
Well, as of my last update in October 2023, I don't have the latest on Sean Wasson's news.
She's behind.
But it's possible that he's exploring new opportunities. Maybe a new show or a different network?
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe you're a dumb bitch.
Okay, why is everyone... What's with calling... Chill
it's not
out.
A real lady.
I know, but you called the real lady a bitch earlier.
No, not to her face or her ear. She was gone. She had dropped out.
If I just dropped it in time.
Just for effect. I wanted
to say, bye. This is not productive. Bye.
She wanted to say worse than that, though. She wanted to say like some stuff to us for sure.
She's trying to make her dollar for the day.
She's getting recorded, so she can only say so much. Let's go over to here's Bruise Traveler.
I think ChatGPT call-in is a great idea, and I think it's going to be around just until people start using it as a phone sex line, and then for everybody.
I doubt you'll be able to.
They didn't do anything sexy.
Yeah, it wouldn't even pick which one of us was more attractive on the show. They wouldn't even do that. Like, if it won't do that, I seriously doubt if you're like, hey.
It wouldn't do anything actually sexy.
But we've heard about people getting into, relationships. So is at some point, can you ask it to be sexy with you upon paying $20 a month for the service?
What I'm about to tell you is going to sound very weird, but I assure you it's not. It's not as weird as it sounds.
I can't wait.
I have done a lot of testing and experimenting with AI. And I want to see what can be done, what can't be done. And so I said, what if I load AI locally on a machine? All right, this is not going to ChatGPT or some website. Actually getting Olama on your computer and then loading a language model. And it's you're running your own
Olama, second worst president ever.
A different guy.
Birth certificate nowhere to be found because he's a robot.
Olama and running like one of these llama models. It's like a couple of gigs worth, right? A big giant file, and you're running your own AI.
So,
and your own
nerd,
system.
when did you sex with ChatGPT?
So as I was using it, I go, okay, it seems to be working pretty much like ChatGPT or Grok or something here locally on my network, albeit so much slower because your computer is not going to work nearly as fast as these GPU heavy setups that all these big tech companies have, even if you have a really fast home computer. So I was like, what can this thing do? and I said,
You're dancing.
hey, talk to me in a filthy voice. Talk to me. And it's like, no. So even running locally.
And he called it a bitch.
On your own machine, I don't remember if I did. I might have. I can't be sure. I just know it didn't work. It doesn't work. So it's probably guardrails on this too. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We want to hear from you. Send us your emails, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Drop us your dispatches, thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to all that in just a moment. Got to pay off a ton of things. The weather guy stuff, the weather guy feedback. We got the UPS story, another one, believe it or not. A whole bunch more as we wrap things up here on a lovely Wednesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident, partially blocking the ramp from Florida's Turnpike southbound to Osceola Parkway. There's a crash getting cleared up, blocking the right lane on I-95 northbound near Maytown Road underpass. Expect some rainy conditions on the roadways, reduced visibility, and slippery roads. The roadways are getting busy this afternoon, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about essential warm weather styles? Just $30 and under, like dresses, shoes and bags, men's, and even kids' looks. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Folks, let me tell you about just a flat-out great company, Mills Air. If you like that, it doesn't matter where you come from in this country of ours. It doesn't matter who you are. You probably appreciate a company that's honest, that's locally owned and operated, and that is family owned and operated. If those things are important to you as well, that you're going to be treated the right way, treated fairly and not ripped off, Mills Air. Mills Air is the company that's going to help you out with your AC. Don't risk it with all these other companies. You could have them show up and you think everything's working out fine, and then you discover they're just trying to juice as much money out of you as possible, only to come back time and time and time again to fix things that they're probably breaking to begin with. Trust in Mills Air. They're a carrier, factory, authorized dealer. That means they can get you very big rebates if you do need to get a new carrier unit over at your house. And you can save a lot on your power bill with that upgrade. Give them a call today to schedule your appointment at Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Let's go, Mike Squad. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tizzy. For shizzy. Hang tight. I forgot about you. If I'm honest, I forgot. I did. Okay. Come on, cameraman. We're going to need to think about who we think chatter of the day is. We're going to need to get that fired up. Florida Scratcher says, Sean, thanks for 12 years. You will be missed. Thank you. Looks like YouTube got booted from main chat. No, I don't think so. No, you're good. You good. Ask ChatGPT who chatter of the day is. I don't know if they'll have any info for you. I imagine the tiny camera guy is teeny little construction bot at the end of the Electric State movie. I still haven't seen that. Shoot me straight on this, okay? Shoot me straight. Electric State, worth watching or no? Worth it or no? All I know, huge budget movie from Netflix, really, really big budget, and big stars. You got Chris Pratt and you got Eleven, whatever her name is. But I heard it wasn't great, so we just never went to watching it. But maybe it is good. I don't know. Let me know if I missed one there. Is that a hit? Is that a sleeper? Millie Bobby Brown. That's her name, Millie Bobby Brown. Rich says was a good flick. It was entertaining. So worth watching? All right. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. I'll check it out. Okay, short chat. We're coming back. Let's do it.
On the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
If you're looking for your new summer obsession, I got you covered. Start with Boys Sober. It's the new podcast about the global dating movement that everyone is talking about. Plus, we have your ultimate summer playlist, and guess what? It's updated weekly with songs of the summer. And we have more explosive reactions from the Diddy trial from Aubrey O'Day. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss what she has to say next.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
Yourself. You'll learn more about the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. The website is full of everything you need if you listen to this show and like even a fraction of what you're hearing. Check that out, thenewsjunkie.com. What you won't find online is any ChatGPT or by phone that is going to tell you who is the most attractive person on this show. Apparently, that's too controversial. We can't get into that information. Although I'm sure we all have our favorites, right? You know, everybody's got your pick, but not ChatGPT, unfortunately.
ChatGPT will sometimes do some things that I ask. Mm-hmm. You know, like that the MAGA Cats musical.
Yep. You're right.
But then we have a Luscious Lisa show coming up, and in the group chat, Lisa said something along the lines of, speaking of my boobs, my new bra arrived today. For Jesus Christ, I imagine. I immediately said, make a gift that invokes Jesus and boobs. And they gave me 3 paragraphs of why they couldn't do that because
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how lame. They were really...
I said, and boobs, not with boobs.
Yeah, it seems like they could have pulled that off. But AI really leaves you wanting more. Like the Apple AI does. I know you've talked about that, Sabrina, where like they do the overviews. Here's an example of somebody's AI overview.
It's unreal.
This is from their Gmail, and it's trying to give them like a roundup of the emails. It says, Jersey Mike's order pickup at 12:48 p.m. Dutch government collapses over migration dispute. It's like,
but that's so 2025, is it not?
Thank you for all the updates via email, everybody. All right, there we go. We'll just crash it into an AI together. So we'll see what's on your mind. We'll get to some of your dispatches here just a moment from now on the show. Another UPS guy making his way out of the program. I feel so bad for this dude. This is a guy named Nick Barnett, and it was a freak accident on his part. And the story says, total gut punch, rare scorecard error ends UPS driver's U.S. Open quest. This dude's a UPS driver who loves golf, loves it. and was kicking ass and was going to make it into the U.S. Open, but he made a scorecard error, and they kept him out of it now. He doesn't get to do it. It says plenty of heartbreak highlighted the final day of U.S. Open qualifying on Monday, but you could argue the competitor smarting the most is a UPS driver from Maryland. His U.S. Open dreams were dashed when he committed a rare and painful scorecard error. The qualifier, Nick Barrett, was disqualified when he forgot to hand in his scorecard following the first round of his qualifier. He said it was a total gut punch. So he was doing really well. He was one of the 84 golfers fighting to claim 4 spots in the U.S. Open at Oakmont. He had a chance, but he forgot to turn in the scorecard at the end of the round.
What do you mean? That seems like 101.
He said,
golfers.
I stood up after I had a hot dog or something at lunch, and I felt my back pocket, and I felt the scorecard in there. As soon as I did that, my heart went straight to the bottom of my stomach. Damn. He then went to the scorer's tent, but it was too late. In the 20 minutes that had elapsed, his playing partners had already signed their scorecard, and the next group had come through. So they had no choice but disqualify him, ending his hopes to play in the U.S. Open.
Are we taking his word for it, or he showed the scorecard and that he was doing so well?
I don't know. I mean, they must be, I guess, aware of what's going on.
In that case, I was also supposed to be.
You were supposed to make it too?
As a professional.
The USGA officials' presidents had no choice but to disqualify him. He said, it's just a real shame that I couldn't go out there. That sucks, man. And you didn't even get the offer from the Bang Bus people. Your day was worse.
You want your golf
as a UPS
sexy
driver.
puns. Yeah. All right.
All right, let's go to a couple of dispatches.
Come on, there's so many.
I know,
Wash
but
your
not-
balls, work on your wood.
Okay, well, I was going to try to just be safe with the radio stuff.
He took care of it there. Here's Jazzy Josh talking about the sexiest on the show.
All right, so you want to know who's the hottest on the show? Well,
not what I
Sean,
wanted to do.
you have the best voice on the show, but you've put on some weight. Can't pick you.
Damn.
Sabrina.
I guess I'm out.
All right. Well,
No, it's going to be C-Lane. He's going to say something about lesbians.
We don't need to just run everybody down on the show. We can move on to the next one. Here is...
No, now I want to hear what he had to say. Go ahead.
Okay, back to Jazzy Josh. Here goes Jazzy.
You've put on some weight. Can't pick
Damn
you.
it. Actually,
Sabrina.
I lost weight. Oh.
I'm not really digging that side head shave. I don't know what you're thinking. So, C-Lane it is. You big, sexy teddy bear. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, C-Lane.
Oh, so-
Congratulations.
Sweet of you, Jazzy. I would love to see your haircut as well.
I think your hair looks nice. I think it's ridiculous.
I enjoy it. It's for nobody but me.
Yeah, okay, it should be, as it should be. And all of it much better than what we got going here.
Oh, you're
These
doing
little-
the frat boy flip.
Those little curlies back there got
You
to
are
go.
growing your hair out. I know
I'm
it.
not. I promise you. I swear to God, I am not. I want this cut so bad, but I'm like the worst
I think we
haircut
put a little
progressive hair.
product, and it'll be real nice. Some cute curls.
You mean like if I did? Oh, I would look like
I saw that pic. I think that if we put some nice and a soft wave, a controlled curl.
What's that look like?
It looked great.
Hold on, a soft wave haircut?
Not haircut. We need to put product in the length of your hair right now.
But how do I see what you're talking about? These are all on ladies.
Do a men soft curl,
Okay, men's
not
soft
crunchy curl.
I don't even know what crunchy curl means. Oh, like the broccoli people? The broccoli head kids?
No, because that would have to be you getting the bowl haircut.
This is not going to look good on me. Just picture me like that. That's no good. I can't rock that. Or that. You think I have the confidence to pull this off?
Timothy Chalamet.
I don't have it. I can't do this. This is not going to be good for any of us.
Why'd you put the camera on me after you said gay?
I put it on him first.
Let's see what else. So Plum Crazy Daddy is angry. Okay. All right, Plum Crazy Daddy. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Talk Show host who doesn't believe facts.
Got me.
Let's say you take 20% away of all the information for a survey.
Okay.
Will that survey still be correct? It could be, but if you took 20% away in certain areas, it would lean one way or the other, depending on the demographic. So if you're in a geographical area and you're missing out on 20% of the data, let's take the whole United States.
Yeah.
They pop weather balloons.
You're boring me already.
Now, if they're not putting 20% of them up, is it spread across the United States?
Look, let me cut through this. This is why some of you dummies believe this guy, okay? You believe this guy because he lines up with you politically. Sorry, that's the truth. You believe this guy and his fear-mongering about not being able to predict hurricanes, which, by the way, I don't want to be pedantic, but weather forecasters cannot predict hurricanes. They can give you an estimation of the path of where they think a hurricane is going to go, and most of them are quite good at doing it, right?
But their resources being
both local and federal resources. But I believe, okay, and I think I'll turn out to be right on this, that John Morales talking about this for all of the clicks, because that's what he wants, every other day of the week when you put in this, John Morales, okay? Hang on, let me just put his name in. John Morales. Every other day of the week when you put in John Morales on news search, you don't see this. But now you see his NBC6 story, you see The Independent, you see The Daily Beast, you see The Hill, you see The New Republic, you see Fast Company, you see Newsweek, you see BuzzFeed. Are you getting what's going on here? You see a person getting the attention from the mainstream press that they wanted to get to begin with. That's what the guy was going for. I am telling you, I don't care if you want to pull like, well, he's an expert. I literally don't care. I am telling you without a shadow of a doubt that him saying things like, now people will die as a result of this, is complete unprovable hogwash. I'm saying that this weather guy saying that the Hurricane Hunter planes will not fly this year is obviously ridiculous fear-mongering. And the rest of what he's saying is a bunch of nonsense. It's him trying to say, like, if you want to just say we shouldn't cut NOAA, we shouldn't cut the budget of these places, we need more people, not less, fine, I'll argue that, and I'll say you're probably right. But when you start to say people are going to die, and we can't tell you where the hurricane's going to come now, and all hell's going to be breaking loose, I'll call you what you are, political. You are now the political weatherman. That is what's happened. I'm sorry if you don't like that, sir, Mr. Plum, whatever, but thank you for the dispatch regardless. When we return,
Mr. Plum,
we've got some stuff for you. What was his name? Plum Crazy Daddy. All right?
Plums.
Don't want to get your name wrong. Plum Crazy Daddy.
I know what
there
you're
you
talking about.
Space Nut says science is political. Got it. It can be. Yeah. I mean, you're not so dumb that you would suggest that it can't be, right? I don't think you would be saying that, right? Because we obviously know that almost anything can get and does get political. And certainly the world of meteorology can be there, and they often do. I think that's what the guy's doing. You might disagree. That's fine. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do this. We will do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Evening and again on Thursday afternoon, but not quite as many Thursday as Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, lower rain chances, only about 30% compared to the 60 to 80 we had.
Skull Mac Squad, who's our commenter of the day? Space Nut says cuts to critical services will cause people to die. You have no idea if that's true, but that's fine. I get it. I understand where your opinion is. You get all hell is going to break loose, no hurricane hunters, everybody's going to die. Okay, got it. I got it. That's fine. Next. I do have to get Today I Learned. You guys let me know who Chatter of the Day is going to be with your nominations and why. Hang on. Back in a second. I'm here. Thank you, cameraman. Good job. Earlier you screwed up, but this is better. Five minutes. No, that person is not chatter of the day. I think I may go it alone. Could it be more as a weather person trying to get ratings, sort of like all these radio hosts switching teams? It's a weather person wanting to feel heard. 9 times out of 10, nobody gives an absolute shit what this guy or any of the other people like him said. 9 times out of 10, it's like, gonna be raining this weekend. Every once in a while, somebody does a couple of puns about Star Wars and then it goes viral. But 9 times out of 10, nobody cares. Unless you do something like this. And they're like, this guy he's scared, he's worried. He's the same guy, apparently, who during one of the hurricanes started crying during his coverage. It's like, I get it, dude. I get it. You want some attention. I get it. Tanya Morgan says, I think AI Sean dancing at Hobby Lobby should be chatter of the day. That's good. I mean, Yuckers is one chatter of the day, I think multiple. You know what? I don't know if he has. He's getting it today. Now we know for sure. Yuckers, all day Yuckers, chatter of the day. If you missed his dispatch, go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit dispatches. Look for it. Now we know he's multi-day winner. All day Yuckers, multi-award-winning chatter of the day. That's right. Congratulations. Hater said he couldn't do it. Congrats, Yuckers. Multi-award-winning chatter of the day. Unbelievable. Just don't predict that I will die. Uh-oh. Mr. Predicto. Will Yuckers die?
It has been determined so.
I have bad news. For both you and the status of dispatches and quality of dispatches overall, I have bad news. Okay, I got to get the last song queued up and ready, so I got to go over here. What did Yuckers win? Everything, the whole thing. All of it. You know, I was whistling the other day during a song in the car, and Courtney goes, stop. And I said, you don't like my whistling? And she goes, it's adding nothing. That has made me think my life over again. I'm rethinking all things in my life. Big thunder out there. Okay, folks. Thank you. Here we go.
That $12,000 engagement ring is just $200 a month. Everything's affordable with this amazing offer. 0 interest all the way to 2030. There's just one catch. This is a limited time offer just for the month of June. So don't wait. Let IDC help you get the jewelry you've been dreaming of at a price and payment you didn't think was possible anymore. International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
The official drink of summer is here. Eye Candy Energy Drink. 3 delicious flavors, original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Taste the sweet life at eyecandyenergydrink.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
iHeartRadio just gave driving an upgrade with Presets, now on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your go-to stations, podcasts, and playlists, all just a tap away on your dash. Start your engine, hit play, and drive happy. Free with iHeartRadio on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Tired of feeling alone in your job search? With just one connection, you can find endless job opportunities. That connection is Express Employment Professionals. Don't go it alone. Visit expresspros.com to find the location nearest you. That's expresspros.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by justcallmo.com. Injured on the go? Justcallmo.com.
Radio.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
The show every single day. You never know what you're going to miss. There's always something happening out there. When you're focusing on all things viral like we are around here, the needle is always moving, and you can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, back to wrap it up. We got more time than we usually do, actually.
Check it out.
Look at that.
I was going to say, I was a little impressed.
We got to utilize it. Come
All
on.
right, I might even play a couple of dispatches here, you know?
What?
I saw this from a journalist, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And what does that mean? Like, does this mean something for journalism at large, or is it, just one anecdotal thing? This is a journalist by the name of Shira Stein, and she said on Twitter/X, some big life news. This is my last week at the San Francisco Chronicle and my last week in journalism. After spending nearly half my life as a reporter, I'm excited to pursue a new dream, becoming a veterinarian. Oh, man.
Who wants to tell her?
Tell her what? This takes a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah. They say doctors who only typically work on one species, and a lot of them have hyper focuses in one area of that species, that being human. They go to school for 7 years.
Yeah,
veterinarians, I think, are the longest because they got to learn how to do cats and dogs and turtles and fish and all kinds of stuff.
How much are they making, though? Let me ask.
Too much.
What does the average veterinarian make per year in the United States of America?
I can tell you based on the bills for Carl.
Yeah, no, it's pricey. It does definitely get pricey. Let's see what TNJAI says about the overall.
The average veterinarian in the U.S. earns about $100,000 a year. It can vary based on location and specialty, but that's a good benchmark.
That's not too bad. She's headed into that from journalism. She says, I'll be moving to Atlanta next week and starting my vet med journey. Hopefully I'd start school next fall. I was a science girl before I found journalism, and I'm really looking forward to combining my love of science and communication to help pets and their owners. That's sweet. Thanks for everybody helping me on the way. So she's like, I'm out. I'm done with journalisming, and now I'm going to go on to being a veterinarian. I don't know how old this lady is. I could just see her. She looks younger on CNN for some appearance that she did or something. But a lot of people will tell you shouldn't do this, or they would argue against it. I am not in that camp. I think it's okay at almost any point in your life to completely rethink things and to say, you know what, today I'm a this, but I really dream of being a veterinarian or whatever.
Many people have done it. I know a guy who was in finance.
Hated it?
The stock trade, hated it, or just it wasn't working out, and became a helicopter pilot for emergencies.
That's cool.
I was about to say HVAC, but that's air conditioner.
Evac. Getting people out of a bad situation.
It is possible.
That's cool. People think that they're too far in. Oh no, I've been doing this job for all this time. I could never live up my dream of being a motorcycle mechanic or whatever the thing is. Everybody's got their thing. You should listen to that. and take that call to the void a little serious. All right, let's see what we got on the way out. Let's do our final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
No, so much time. So much time on the clock. So much time.
So much time has been used.
Let's do this one. Here's Scott39.
Hey, guys. Happy hump day.
Hey.
To the feller that was saying that the local guys can't predict stuff,
The feller.
I'm going to say that the National Weather Service got pretty pissed off at Tom Terry when he said Charlie was going a different direction than what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sean, I believe in what you're saying, and everybody have a great wet day.
Thank you. Tom Terry right about that?
He's talking about the storm that swerved, right? Which was Charlie, I guess he said. This happens all the time. That's why I was saying, if you want to really start to dice apart these things, you cannot predict. So they're saying we can no longer predict where the hurricanes are going. They can't predict where the hurricanes are going. They get it wrong from time to time. It's not a perfect science.
What if we
not
talk
much
to Mike's weather page? Do you think you'd have some insight on that?
On what? On to
Because he is an
whether you can predict where a hurricane is coming?
weatherman, where he thinks is there truly going to be an effect on the meteorologist? Because he has all the sources and he is not part of any news station.
That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. With this guy and his claims, I'm talking about not that, hey, we think there's going to be some modicum of change. This is the guy who comes out and says people are going to die. There will be bodies. We will not have the hurricane plane. Yeah, if he wants to come out and talk about if he thinks there's going to be no hurricane plane in 2025, yes.
I don't know that. I just
that conversation.
Love him so much.
I don't think he would say that. He seems like a pretty bright guy, actually. I follow his stuff on Facebook.
Tom Terry recognized and forecast the storm's track 3 hours before the National Hurricane Center.
Get it, buddy. There you go. Look at you, Tom Terry. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Cody on YouTube says Sean is leaving. Not today, Cody. We still got the entire rest of the month, and we'll have some good times on the way. Thank you for hanging out with us today and every day. We literally couldn't do it without you because they would fire us if we ran out of people. That hurt, didn't it? Did you pop your funny bone or your?
No, it was just on the knuckle, but it was this close to my teeth.
Brutal. Okay,
can't have
let's
a
get
shaved
out of
head
here.
and no tooth.
Here we go. I think the hair looks great.
Thank you.
Today I learned this band. Oh, I started saying it too soon. This band right here. The Bee Gees. That's right. The Bee Gees. How many albums sold worldwide, do you think, for the Bee Gees? How many?
3.
3 albums worldwide. That's a guess. All right. Let you see that.
400 million.
120 million albums sold worldwide for the Bee Gees. Formed back in, get this, 1958.
Really?
Wow. By Barry, Robin,
When
and
did their balls
Maurice
drop?
Gibbs. Right after that. No. That clearly with this, they were up there for some time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place.